Thank fuck it's Friday.
Yep. Everybody's talking about how cold it's going to get tonight. Even Zach's in there talking about how cold it's going to get. It's supposed to get cold, but it's not cold here. It's only in the 60s.
It's 60 degrees right now.
Yeah. I went down there today and I pulled in the citrus trees because I got a lemon tree, a lime tree, and a little orange tree in planters. I pulled them in closer to the house and wrapped them. The rest of them can take it. The rest of the plants.
I mean, if it's gonna get that cold,
I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
Better hurry up because it's not cold right now.
Just wrap blankets around and put clothespins. I don't think it's gonna get that cold.
It went down to 35 last night.
Yeah,
I think, but at least where we were.
We're talking about Fahrenheit, so that's freezing. What freezes at 32?
32, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think it'll be all right. I don't think it's gonna get down that low.
Zach said, I hear snow is supposed to hit there this weekend. It's entirely possible, but I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with it.
Yeah. We'll see.
But yeah. Sometimes it'll snow a little bit, like in the northern part of the state. And sometimes in the central part where we are, but it's kind of unusual.
The whole time I've been here since 2008, it's only snowed once.
Yeah.
And I think that was in 2008.
It might have been.
The winter 2008.
Yeah, it's hard for me to remember.
It never snowed
I've
since
lived
then.
here pretty much all my life, and I only remember it snowing maybe 3 times.
Yeah. And it didn't last long.
And it doesn't, and it's not like snow. Like it's just like little
Well,
flakes.
it stuck in 2008. It stuck. It stayed. It's just that it melted within a couple days.
Maybe where you were.
Yeah, Mount Dora.
Okay,
I lived here.
Yeah, I was in Daytona then.
No, Mount Dora would
and
look like
Daytona never gets as cold as the inside because it has the ocean breeze.
The fucking tourism was crazy, man. Fucking just nothing but just wall to wall cars in downtown Mount Dora, and they were looking at all the parks around there and taking pictures of it because it looked like a fucking winter up north.
Yeah,
it looked like Christmas, and it was during the Christmas time. And there's snow on the ground and everything. It stayed. 3 days later, it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never lived because like I said back then when it did I was in Daytona, and so it didn't stick on the ground. It was just kind of like little flakes.
No, it stuck. It was probably about 9 inches deep. You know?
Really?
Thick, yeah.
That's weird.
Good down the marina, and the shit was fucking snow everywhere, and they had all the Christmas lights up. It was pretty. They were all taking pictures of it.
Wow, this will probably never happen again.
Yeah. Once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
For Florida.
CB said, I saw on the news some idiot tried to prove the Black Dahlia killer and the Zodiac killer was the same person. Yeah, I think that's been a theory that's been going around for a while because I think I remember a couple years back seeing like a documentary about that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Oh.
Didn't we see a documentary like that like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was.
Where it was like a guy that wrote a book about.
One guy said his dad was the Dahlia killer, and is that the same one? And that he ended up being or he was also the Zodiac killer. But I don't think that guy was right.
I mean, it's a good way to sell books, I guess.
Yeah, he's selling books.
Like linking two famous unsolved murders together.
He was a dentist or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, but yeah, but that's like a theory that I've seen like propounded before.
No, Black Dahlia murder. That girl was hooking on the side. I don't think she was a full-time hooker. She was hooking on the side, and client got her and killed her and cut a damn smiley face into her. Didn't he cut some limbs off of her and dump her?
Well, she was cut in half.
She was cut in half, yeah.
Completely.
That's so he could carry her.
Yeah.
He wasn't strong. Yeah, but I think he cut a smiley face too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glasgow smile.
And it never happened again. I think what it was is it was a trick gone bad. He hired her. Some kind of dispute happened, or he was fucked up. He was on something, and he killed her. He cut her in half to move her out of his apartment or his house. Cut a smiley face into her, and dumped the body. But I don't think he ever did it again.
Probably not. Or
no. I don't think he was.
Or he changed his MO.
I don't think he was a serial killer.
Although that's some serial killer shit though, but I
think you're trying to make it look like a serial killer.
Maybe.
The smile face, I think that was just something that was done post-mortem, and he probably already cut her in half.
What a crazy thing to
think. And he's just like, "Oh, I'm put a smile face on her."
Yeah, there you go.
And then he dumped her like on the sidewalk.
Yeah, it was just like on the side of the road.
Yeah.
She was just laying there.
Yeah, it was, she wasn't, he didn't even hide it. And they were saying, like, well, he's trying to make a statement. I don't think so. I think the dude was just lazy.
I can't believe they still haven't solved that.
I think the dude was just lazy, and I think it was a one-time thing. And I don't think he was a serial killer. I think he was a John. I think that he rented her services and something went wrong. And then he killed her. But I don't think he intended to kill her. The whole smiley face thing, I think he was trying to make it look like a sexual fucking psychopath type deal. Like, oh yeah, Jack the Ripper did it. Something like that. But I think he was a regular.
Yeah.
The only reason why you would do that.
Yeah, you're trying to throw off the.
Trying to throw him off. He was a girl that he was a customer that was regular with her. I think they were friends.
Zach says, "Did I tell you guys I got hired by an MLM the other day?" I think I saw you.
Tell me that you showed
I think I saw that you mentioned it, but I didn't have a chance to comment on it. So he's like, "This place is sus as fuck." Aren't they all? I mean, all MLMs are.
If you knew the show, Zach's been a subscriber and a friend of the show since the beginning. So he'll send us some shit fucking when we're not doing the show. He sent me photographs of like this questionnaire and an application that they were trying to get him to fill out. I couldn't really read it all, and I was busy at the time. But it's like what do they call it? Multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other words, they're gonna have your ass out there fucking. Have they tried to sell you anything? Because they, next thing you know, they got you buying products to sell it like it's Amway.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like
Amway. Yeah.
That's like the granddaddy of MLMs.
Yeah, the Amway.
But there's like a fuck ton of them nowadays.
The thing, my fucking uncle fucking did Amway, but he didn't do it to sell the products. That was the fucking thing. Most of those people that bought that shit didn't sell it. They bought it and kept it and used it themselves.
Well, that's dumb then. Might as well just fucking buy it. Like somewhere else.
Well, they bought it at pretty reduced prices. So it was kind of a grift. They would fool you into telling you that no, you can make a lot of money selling these products to your friends because they're so the price is so underneath retail. But what they'd end up doing is they say, well, we're going to sell you this $100 package, and this is your first package, and fucking you'll be able to fucking sell this to your friends and triple your money, that kind of weird shit. But they buy this shit, and then they realize that they can't really sell it. But it's cheaper than what they would buy in the grocery store, so they use it, and then they buy another one. So instead of going to the store to get their shit, they're buying it from Amway. But it only worked back then. Because they didn't have Sam's. It's kind of like Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Or Costco. So where you do you have to on Costco? Do you have to have a membership to shop?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's
like that.
Model.
That's all it was. It was like Costco. So they weren't. They kind of used the hey, become a salesman thing as a. It was like a bait and switch.
Yeah.
They try to get you in with promises of making money. No, you're not gonna fucking make any money, but you'll reduce your fucking grocery bills. They had good shit.
Depending
protein
on what you
bars,
got into.
And protein bars, just any kind of products, cleaning products. Brass cleaner, floor cleaner, shoe polish, fucking motor oil, just anything. And it was nowadays you'd know it as generic products. That's what they were. Generic or store brand.
And I don't know if they still do this, but I remember there was like a whole thing for a while where they were trying to get people, kind of like trying to get people into doing shit like Mary Kay type shit, except it was like candles and sex toys and stuff like that. And he was like, have parties and invite all your friends and try to sell them your shit. And I was just like, ugh.
Yeah,
it's like, what, you want me to not have any friends anymore? Is that what you want?
Oh no, let me tell you something.
I did go to a sex toy party one time that was like a friend of a friend, and that was actually pretty fun. I did actually end up buying some because I felt bad.
I remember as a kid, my mother's friends coming over to the house. This is in California before we moved out of there. It was probably 1976 to 75. I was young. I was about 6, so probably about 76. They were having a Tupperware party.
Yeah. I remember Tupperware.
Where they would show up, and it would be one girl who was a friend of yours who had all these fucking Tupperwares, and they would sell. You would sell Tupperware to the other.
Yeah, that's a whole model. They had those. And like I've been to a couple of those.
And here's the thing. I asked my mom about that later on. I says, "Remember that Tupperware?" She goes, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Was that?" And she goes, "Oh, that was great." Back then,
yeah,
because that shit was all. It was Tupperware was. Okay, for y'all you who are not here in the United States, you don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Tupperware was this very convenient plastic storage containers for food. They were
before that was widespread.
Before that was a thing. That's how innovative it was. You could put it in a washing machine, in the dishwasher, and wash it. You could put it in a...
You had groovy 70s colors.
70s colors. You could put it. You could refrigerate it. You could do all this. It would all stack inside of itself, and it would all become smaller. It was plastic food storage that had flexible, like rubber lids that went on top of it. And you couldn't... It was patented, so you couldn't get it anywhere else. In those days, you
could only get it through.
You could only get it from them, and it was good quality.
But now you can.
And the thing is that made it successful, is that in those days, suburban women mostly worked from home, or they were only part-time workers that they work out. So, and they had kids because there was it was towards the end of the baby boom. Gen X was being born and shit. So you had women staying at home a lot. Raising families. If you could get one girl to fucking take in a bunch of merchandise, she could sell it to all her friends and make a profit. Her friends would buy it from her, and she didn't have to put any money down. So Tupperware would say, here's fucking $300 worth of merchandise. Go out and sell it to all your friends, and you'll make fucking 500, a couple $100 off of it. But it wasn't that much. It was a low buy-in for $10, you could get a lot of it, and it was easy to sell. And it had, to this day, here in the United States, we refer to any kind of plastic storage thing for food. We call it Tupperware, just automatically.
Even though technically it's not.
Because they were one of the first ones. You just say, well, it's Tupperware.
Now, what's crazy now is that nowadays they have whole ass container stores.
Yeah, but they just sell
that are just nothing but that. Like stuff to put other stuff in.
I got the good shit. I get good shit from Sam's, and it's fucking glass. You can clean.
Yeah, those are actually really nice.
It's a lot better because you can cook in it, and it survives the wash. It's glass, and it has a sealable plastic top on it that's real.
That goes
heavy duty.
Pop, pop. It's like a heavy duty clips on it.
Yeah,
we use those a lot actually.
That's much better than Tupperware because you can just pop a top of it and put it in the oven and cook in it.
Yeah, it's like super.
It's oven safe,
which obviously you can't do with Tupperware.
Yeah, and you can do exactly what they tell you not to do. You can put it on the range, in other words, on the stove top, and turn the electric power to it and cook in glass too.
Yeah,
they tell you not to do it, but it's temperature rated. As long as you're not abusing it, you can cook in the glass on the electric range or glass too. If you did it on a gas stove, it would probably blacken the bottom of it.
It probably would, yeah.
But you could probably wash it off, but it's tempered glass. But Tupperware was before Ziploc bags. Now a lot of that shit got replaced with Ziplocs. But Tupperware was good because you could put a whole casserole in it. A bunch of cooked potatoes. A shit ton of fucking cooked pasta. You could put it in a plastic, put a lid on it, put it in the refrigerator. It's fine. And that was very innovative in the fucking 60s and 70s.
Klaus says, he said, do you really think we didn't know what Tupperware was? He said Tupperware, I think, was pretty much worldwide. I remember the stupid Tupperware parties.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was like all.
Probably just the West.
I think it was kind of
just the West, man. I didn't know they had it in Europe.
Yeah, I think it was, like I said,
okay.
It was pretty widespread.
Just the West then. I remember didn't have that shit in India and China.
We had the stackable bowls, and like I said, I remember they were groovy 70s colors, like goldenrod and pumpkin, that pumpkin orange color, and that avocado green color, and they were like all different sizes. And the tops of them were like a sunburst kind of pattern. I remember that.
But I remember as a kid, my mom and all her friends were happy to buy all that shit, and it was being sold to them by a friend of theirs. Tupperware. They have a big old fucking Tupperware party. They're drinking, smoking weed.
Well, like I said.
And then she had a whole thing, and she goes, oh, you think that's good? Look at this. And then she goes out the car and brings us some more. She's like, oh. And it wasn't very expensive.
Yeah.
It wasn't very expensive.
The thing about it, though, is that back then, that was one kind of a new product that a lot of people wanted and needed, and that was kind of the only way to get it.
Yeah.
Like, I think what happened with, like, the stuff that came along later, like, you know, in the 2000s or something like that. Like, I went to a couple parties like that my friends had. But the problem was that they were selling stuff that you could get pretty much anywhere. Yeah. Like I said, like sex toys or candles or something like that. And they couldn't afford to sell them for cheap. Like, you can get way cheaper shit on Amazon, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll never beat Amazon now.
Yeah, so it's like, so it's really not much point in doing it. And all your friends are going to hate you because it's like, hey, come to a party at my house. And then they just do the hard sell. Like, they're just there to, like, sell you shit. Like, that's really obnoxious. You know what I mean?
It was another time.
Yeah.
It was just another time. Before,
and like I said, I feel like Mary Kay was a thing. And well, my great aunt used to sell Avon. Yeah. My mom sold Avon too for a little while. Yeah. Some of that shit was okay, but
well, the quality was good.
Yeah, it was decent. The
quality
shit.
was all good. It's just that it was just a way. It's a very obsolete way of getting a product into a person's hands. Yeah. That was during the time when most people bought things from malls. Yeah. And malls have been around for a long time in the United States, and malls were expensive because they have high overheads. So this was a way of selling direct. So it was cheaper. You could get more. The quality was good. Yeah. You could only get it through one of those representatives.
But nowadays, way that shit works nowadays, that's completely obsolete.
That's obsolete. You can get something cheap off Amazon delivered to your house. Yeah. Or Temu.
Because the weird thing about it is that, you know... I don't know, this direct sell kind of shit. Like, well, shit, you used to go door to door selling vacuum cleaners.
No, I didn't go door to door.
Well, you had telemarketers. Well, you set up appointments.
Yeah, set up telemarketers, and I had kind of ruses to get into your house. But it was Electrolux.
I had a funny mental picture of you with like a ski mask on, like
walking around,
breaking into somebody's the window with an Electrolux.
No, my fucking my territory was in Wellesley, Weston, Newton, and Dover. The richest neighborhoods in the United States and Boston. There's no way you're going to talk your way into somebody's house. It's all by appointments. And I sold so many fucking central systems that where they pipe it into the house and everything. Floor cleaners. I made a shit ton of money doing that. But really, you made most of the money with the telemarketers. And what I would do is I would give a $19.99 carpet shampoo service. $19.99 per room. So I'd be getting orders for fucking 6 rooms. So right there, I've already paid fucking $120. So I'm going into this house, I'm going to make $120 no matter what. I don't have to sell anything because they've already bought that thing. Once I'm in there, I'm fucking talking to the people involved. Sometimes it's just staff. And I say, by the way, this equipment is all for sale. They're like, yeah. And they go, yeah. And then you're kind of demoing the equipment. And I says, I'll tell you what, if you wanted to go ahead and pick this up today, and I had a bunch of different ways I would soften them up. I said, I can even, and if there was any resistance, I said, I'll tell you what, this $120 job that you got, I'll rebate you that. We'll take that off the fucking price of the cleaner. And like, for free? Go, yeah. So then all of a sudden, now you're using leverage on them. And then you're like, oh, that old cleaner that you have right there, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a trade-in on that. That thing right there, I'll give you $150 for that old vacuum cleaner. Okay, yeah, do it. Well, I'll take that vacuum cleaner, right? And I'll put that in the back of my fucking truck. Later on, if I can't sell Electrolux, I'll sell that fucking used one. I'll go through that and make sure that thing's in condition. I'll sell that. So... I was making about $60,000 a year through Electrolux in Boston, and then another $40,000 a year under the table. Fucking tax-free, in cash. Doing those carpet cleanings and fucking selling used machines that I scalped off of people. I was a fucking gangster, but it came to that shit. I loved it. That's why I was fucking doing so well in the clubs in Boston during that time. The company went under, though. That was the end of Electrolux. Yeah. It's gone now. Now it's called Arezo. And when they changed, they restructured the company. They got rid of the salesmen. They just sold everything through the branches.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's everything. It's obsolete. Yeah, that's really not a good sales model anymore.
See, this is how I would hire. This is what a gangster I am. This is how I would fucking hire telemarketers. I would say, fucking single mothers wanted $20 an hour for a carpet shampoo service appointment setter. I'd put out ads like that in newspapers. This is before social media. And I'd have that girl working from home, setting these appointments, just calling. I'd give her a whole register of every fucking name. There's a way to get every phone number from every person on a certain block in certain areas. The company had all this information, so I'd just give her all these fucking this block, they'd call all these people. And what I would do is they had to have a minimum order of $19.99, and I'd come and fucking clean an entire room with this fucking cleaning equipment. That $19.99 went to the telemarketer, and they would easily get fucking one call an hour, one appointment an hour. So that's $20 an hour. And some of those girls would give me fucking 3 appointments a day, and I'd sell on 1 or 2 of them a day, and that was like $300 for me, minimum. And then I'd pick up other shit on the side because the branch would send me stuff too. I had a bunch of different angles. I was the fucking champion salesman on the fucking Eastern Seaboard during those days. Fucking, I was one of the champions. And I was fucking taught by some of the best. And they're like fucking carnival barkers, man. Old school fucking Robert L. Shook fucking high pressure sales technique. High pressure sales techniques only work when the customer does not know you're using them. They don't feel any high pressure. They don't know you're using them. You're just asking questions. And you're using the person's fucking sense of honor and dignity against them. In a way. But it only works if you have a product they like. If they don't like the product, they don't want it, it won't work. And really what did it is in those days, Electrolux had fantastic products. And it was a home appliance. It was like selling them a washing machine or a dishwasher or a fucking water heater. And it was just sanitation. And I have one right in the other fucking room. I still have one. The main one I fucking sold was the Epic 6500 Electrolux, and I got one downstairs. And it's from the 90s, still running.
Yep, we still got one.
That thing was $600 new, and it's still one of the best vacuum cleaners you could get. Yeah.
Yeah, Zach's saying we should do a show on MLMs. That actually might be kind of interesting. I might write that down. Yeah, he says the website has no personal. What does that mean? Like no personal stuff. Like it's not personalized.
Yeah.
Their office was just moved into and kind of dirty. They've rebranded several times. Everyone there seems kind of scatterbrained.
Yeah. Okay, look.
Yeah, it's like
Run. I've been.
He is. He's looking for another job. He said. Yeah. That sounds scammy.
I got involved in one of those that was sold windows.
Yeah.
And the idea was to sell windows so you could steal people's homes.
Yeah.
Because they take out these big loans they could never pay.
Yeah.
And then they come in there and fucking say, and they put a lien against your house and take your house. That's what it was.
Yeah, there's all kind of scammy shit like that.
Scam.
Gotta watch. Yeah, Camp Guy said I can remember the first malls back in the 60s. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's probably when a bunch of malls... That's when malls first started to become, like, a thing in the U.S. was... We had, like, outdoor malls and stuff, but indoor malls becoming a thing was kind of big. SideQuest here says Gen Z is going to bring Avon back. They're already taking up CDs and Walkmans. They're going to start to sell us Avon now. Some of the Avon shit was good, but like I said, we always had it because... I had my mom sold it for a little while. It was mostly my great aunt, who was over at my grandma's house all the time. It was her sister, and she used to be over at my grandma's house all the time because she was a hairdresser and she would do everybody's hair. She cut my hair, she cut my siblings' hair, did my grandma's hair. She came over to the house and did perms and stuff, and she was always like talking up the Avon products and stuff. So we always had fucking Avon shit in the house all the time. It's, like, really funny. But I think the only thing that still kind of works like that is probably Girl Scout cookies. Yeah. And that's still, like, really successful. I guess just because, I mean, Girl Scout cookies, they're fucking expensive. But, come on, it's Girl Scouts. You're going to give money to the fucking Girl Scouts. You know, even though you're saying, you know, because obviously my favorite is Thin Mints, just like everyone else's favorite is, I think. But, you can buy cookies that are pretty much just like those. Keebler grasshoppers are pretty much identical. They're not round, they're square, but they taste exactly the same. And they're considerably cheaper than the Girl Scout cookies are. But I don't know like how Girl Scout cookie sales have been lately. I was a Girl Scout when I was little. How old was I? Shit. Probably 9 or 10. I feel like I'm maybe 4th grade. 4th and 5th grade, perhaps. And I was too old to be a brownie, so I don't know what the cutoff is. But I think I was in 4th grade, mostly. And we went to the mall. I grew up in, like I said, Daytona Beach. So it was the Volusia Mall. Volusia is the county that Daytona Beach is in, if you didn't know. And the mall's still there. And we set up a little kiosk in the middle. And we had like all the flavors. I think there was only 6 or 7 flavors back then. And we sold out of Thin Mints like in the first hour.
I'm gonna show.
And then,
I'm gonna show. This is it right here. This is it right here. This is the Electrolux fucking Epic 6500. This thing was about $600 in the 90s. I would sell 3 of these a day a lot of times. At least 1 a day. The commission was $135 on this. And I sell 3 of them a day. At least 1, but a lot of times it was 3 a day. And in the 90s, that was a lot of money, man. And I still have one. These things are fun. And you can get all the parts for them. You can repair them. I know how to take these apart. I could keep this running forever. And this bitch is fucking strong. And it's just very, very well made. So it wasn't just me. It was also what they were giving me to sell. These things fucking sold so well.
Oh, somebody said. Psychosaurus says Thin Mints are the shit in s'mores. Yeah, he says those cookies are dope though. Yeah, they are. You know what? The other day I don't know why I was thinking about it, but I was like, man, what flavors have they got now? It's mostly the same, but they do kind of switch some of them out. John Gora says I like the Samoans myself. That is also a good pick. That'd probably be. I think that's probably my second favorite.
Oh, the Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I said I think that's kind of the only thing where people still buy those. Because you always see like little during that time of year, you always see the Girl Scouts posted up outside all the big box stores.
All the Girl Scout cookies were good. All of them. The peanut butter ones, the Thin Mints, the Samoans.
I never ate a Girl Scout cookie that wasn't good.
Yeah.
I think Samoans are my second favorite. I mean, I love Thin Mints, especially if they're fucking frozen.
Yeah, if you in Europe, if y'all a Samoan, it's a little cookie with candied coconut, and it's like a caramel and coconut.
Yeah.
With stripes of fucking chocolate.
Yeah.
Man, they're really good.
Don't they have a shortbread one too? I looked it up just the other day, but I can't remember.
And then they had one that was a shortbread cookie with peanut butter covered in chocolate.
Uh-huh.
That one was good.
Can't remember what it's called.
But the classic is a mint. It's a dark chocolate cookie, real thin, covered in chocolate. Yeah. It has a mint flavor. Chocolate and mint, really good.
And like I said, if you put them in the freezer,
Put them in the freezer.
But as I said,
put them in coffee.
Of that too, or ice cream. If you crunch them up and put them in ice cream, that's really good too. But like I said, Keebler has a cookie called a grasshopper, which is square and a little bit thicker, but it's pretty much exactly the same thing.
Varg Noah says, I just bought a Dyson, price over $1,000. Must be a...
Yeah, Dysons are... I've heard that they're really, really good, but they are real pricey.
Yeah, I haven't seen what it is. It's got to be a cleaner, right?
Yeah, it's a vacuum cleaner.
The thing about an Electrolux one is that they were lightweight and they were very fucking powerful. They had a lot of suction. And you always left a paper sticker on it that had your name and your phone number. If they ever needed any bags or any service, they'd call me directly. I'd be right over the house same day or the next day to sell them bags, because I got commission on that, or to fix it, take it back in for repair if that was a problem, because they damaged shit. Sometimes they'd fucking do shit like suck something in there and they get all wrapped up in there, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't room anymore. Oh, I can fix this here, just because, machines, easy to fix. Sometimes it's just a broken belt, just put that in.
Yeah, so, Varg Norway says Electrolux is Swedish. Swedish company.
Yeah, well, there's two. It was a company that divided into two. There was an American and a Swedish version. When they divided, they became separate entities. They weren't the same company after like the 1950s. The Swedish version of Electrolux had refrigerators, ovens, all kinds of home appliances. They were both good companies, though. They had equal standards of excellence. It's just that the American version of Electrolux just did vacuum cleaners and floor and carpet cleaners. They just floor. That's it. Because we couldn't compete with like the ovens and the refrigerators that were already here, like Frigidaire and all those guys. You know, what I mean, just couldn't compete. There was just too much competition. Yeah. Whirlpool. Yeah.
CB says the girls aren't allowed to go door to door in the UK now. I don't really think you never see Girl Scouts going door to door unless it's in a neighborhood where they know everybody.
Yeah, and mom's with them.
What they usually do is they get like all the little Girl Scouts in a troop, and they with all their parents, and they set up in front of like Sam's or like a big box store. Yeah. And then just set up a little table so you can come and buy it like when you're coming in or going out. Or they have their parents take the order forms to work with them, and the moms and dads like pass them around at work and get people to order some. DVD Dragon says Thin Mint cookies more addictive than fentanyl without the leaning in the street.
SideQuest is talking about that she had the vacuum cleaner you plug in the wall. Yeah, I sold those also. Yeah, Electrolux sold those. They're called a central vacuum cleaner system. And I didn't put in as many of those as I did the other ones. I probably put in about 3 of those, 4, because the machine itself isn't that expensive. The problem is the installation.
Well, yeah.
And the installation could be tens of thousands because they got to run pipes everywhere through the fucking walls. Yeah. And I didn't get any monetary incentive for the installation. You know what I'm talking about? In other words, I didn't make any money off installation. I only made money off the system.
Yeah, because that wasn't you doing it.
Yeah, because that's not me doing it. And the commission was about the same. So I actually kind of had incentive not to fuck with Central System unless they asked for it. You know what I mean? If they started saying, well, we want a Central, then I'd change gears. Because I have those. Now, sometimes they would say, I want Central because they're trying to get out from underneath you.
Right.
They think you don't have that, so they're trying to. Well, I don't really want to buy it. I want a Central. I got one of those. And they're, do you want me to go back? I'll come back with a Central system. I can show you what we have. Fucking, I got great installers, but no. And then I swing them back into buying that little $600 unit because I started saying, well, it's very expensive to pipe one of these houses, and they have ways to keep the cost down, but you're talking $10,000, especially if it's a big house.
I mean, I guess it's worth it to some people, but.
I don't see why, man.
No.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I wouldn't either, but like I said, some people have more money than sense, really. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if they can buy it, they will.
Yeah, they just plug the hose in the wall and start. It's a socket.
Like their maid does it anyway. It's not like they do it, so what do they care?
That's what I was thinking.
Why do they care about making shit easier for their maid?
One house, I think it might have been a Vanderbilt house. You know who Vanderbilts are, right? I'd never dealt with. I'd heard that it was a Vanderbilt house that I was in. It was in Newton or Weston, I forgot. It was giant. And I dealt with the butler. And he bought 4 of those machines on site. So 65 inches, about 4. And it was just for the cleaning people.
Yeah.
And I said, how many of these things do you have? Because he had problems with one. And I said, these are very old, And they were old Electroluxes from like the 60s. And I was like, you really, hold on one second. And I walk, I'm not going to tell him, look, I'm going to sell you something. I'm going to say, hold on one second. And I went out to the car and brought in one of the new ones. And he's like looking at it and I go, this is so much lighter. Because he was dealing with the old metal machines. It was like parts for these old ones are getting very expensive. Not true, but it's just leverage.
Liar.
I can trade all these in, and we can up and he's just picking it up going, yeah, this is a lot lighter. The girls would probably like this more because it's females that were cleaning the rooms. And I said, okay, so you got 4. What was it? 1 for each wing? And it's like, yeah, different floors and stuff. And it was,
okay. I can see, so you don't have to haul them up and down the stairs. Yeah. I could get that.
That's what he was doing. It says 1 for each wing. And he goes, yeah. Do you want an extra one? Maybe. And he goes, yeah, we probably could use it. I said, it's not his money.
Well, yeah, he doesn't care.
He probably could use
and he probably has a household budget.
Yeah, right. And so I said, do you need to okay it? He goes, oh no, I don't need to okay it. I have the authority.
They have money falling out of their butthole. It's like they really.
Yeah, he had the authority. And I sold
don't worry about it.
6 in there, and it was quick.
Yeah, he's probably like, oh yeah, that's bad. Well, they needed to replace the old ones, so
well, they had a problem with one.
Yeah,
and they were old,
and they were starting to get kind of.
Yeah, and it was girls in there working, and I was just like, these are heavy, and they're the parts, hold on, and I show him a new one, and he's like, yeah, it's a lot better, dude. And I said, okay, so you got 5 here, you want an extra one? He goes, yeah, we could probably use the extra one. Like 6.
Yeah, like I said, it's not his money.
I gave him trade-ins.
Yeah.
I said, I'll take all these in for trade-in. Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, Tanya says, just sweep the floors. If you have pets, it's going to be messy anyway. To be honest, I really wish... That's kind of one of the things I always bitch about in some of these houses, is that they still insist on putting fucking carpet everywhere.
Yeah.
I would much rather just have hardwood floors everywhere. You can just throw a rug wherever you want. Yeah. It's so much easier to clean. Cleaning rugs is a pain.
Peterborough says cleaning carpet. Peterborough says Tom's a shark. Yeah, I was a gangster. If I got into your house, you were gonna buy something. Yeah. And you didn't feel like I was throwing you out. I was just gonna show you a bunch of stuff, but I was at least gonna fucking clean some carpets, and I was at least gonna make $30-$40 because you called me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna leave the house without making money. I made money at every house I went to, and it all added up. And all the cash got spent in the club on booze and girls. That's where all that shit went. I need cash for the club tonight. This is fucking funny, Going to goth clubs and shit. Just hanging out at Man Ray.
Zach says carpet is needed if you're in the colder areas. I get that, but we're in Florida. I kind of feel like in Florida...
No, they're just cheaping out.
It's just like a cheaper option. So it's like all the houses come off the lot, unless it's like a super, super high-end one with wall-to-wall carpeting, and I really wish that they didn't.
Americans are habituated to wall-to-wall carpeting. They expect it. Because they just grew up with it.
I was in it. This is ridiculous. Yeah. You guys are not going to believe this, but I rented an apartment in Daytona in the 90s that was... literally like 2 blocks from the beach. Like you could walk across the street. There was a big like a big strip mall with a grocery store and a record store and shit like that, and then walk across another street and there was the ocean.
Yeah.
And this apartment had carpet everywhere, including the bathroom.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Carpet
around the toilet.
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom, around the toilet, yeah.
When I first saw that, I was like, I mean, it was cheap, so, what are you going to do? But it's like, and now it didn't have carpet in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It had tile in there. Yeah. Well, not tile, it was like that laminate.
It was highly normalized.
But I was like, carpet in the bathroom? I'm like, are you guys fucking high? What are you doing?
It was a sign of luxury at certain times. Remember we were watching Our Town, and they were renovating that doctor's mansion in Laurel? And it was a fucking nice house. I mean, it was beautiful. There was wall-to-wall carpeting in the bathroom, up around the toilets.
Yeah.
And you're like, how the fuck did they keep that clean?
They didn't. That's the answer.
But they didn't. They weren't thinking about it. I guess they didn't think about it because they were.
Have they seen how dudes pee?
They weren't thinking about it. It was all right. And I was like, it's ridiculous.
I mean, and even though most of the
had to be careful, I guess.
That was the only apartment that I was in that had, I was like, oh my god, I've never seen such a thing. But it is a thing.
Yeah.
Like from that era.
From that era. That era was the era of the early 80s.
I will say though that it was a thing in the 70s to have those fuzzy tops on your toilet and on the back of the toilet tank.
Yeah.
Which is also ridiculous because dudes would stumble in there in the middle of the night and piss on it, like not like thinking it was open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just.
I'm like, you could wash it, but gross.
It was a weird time. It's like boomers always trying to put fucking hand towels on the fucking handles to the fucking oven doors and in all your drawers in kitchens. You got to put little fucking hand towels on there, like because they look good, I guess. That shit's fucking sanitation hazards. No, there's not supposed to be any hand towels laying out to absorb fucking oil and grease and shit. Like you grab a hand towel as you need it.
Yeah. It's just very
unsanitary. But you see it's bling. It's a boomer bling. And there's boomers.
They had fabric all over
everything. Boomers were big into bling. decorations, foo-foo, and shit on the back of doors, and you open a door and the shit and rattle. What the fuck is this?
Little lacy shit on the back of the
shit everywhere.
back of the chair.
Yeah.
That predates Boomer.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Kitty running out.
She just ran like right into my leg.
To extra frill on stuff, to collect dust and dirt. And they all have shit laid out, big displays, like the queen is coming over for fucking tea or something.
There was always a room you weren't supposed to go.
Yeah, room you're not supposed to go in.
Like there was still plastic on the couch.
This is our guest room. When's the last time you had a guest? Oh, about 15 years. Fucking throw that shit out of there.
Nobody ever used that room.
Yeah. Nobody ever used that fucking room.
No, of course.
And the houses were small to begin with.
They were.
Poor people.
That's hilarious.
Poor people emulating rich people.
And rich people don't do that.
And rich people don't do that. No.
So, right?
Stupid.
Tony says, "Oh my god, my grandma had that toilet seat cover." Horrible.
Yeah.
It's like my grandmother had it too, like for a while, and then it was pink because her bathroom, which, like I said, this is a very 70s color combo. Yeah. The house that that they bought and that my dad and his two brothers grew up in, my grandparents bought it in 1958 in Daytona, or it's like a little suburb of Daytona called Holly Hill, and it had a full bath and a half bath, and the full bath was pink tile with gray tub and gray toilet. And then the half bath was gray tile with a pink toilet and pink sink, I think. Yeah. It was just like, it was pretty horrible. I did like the floors in there. They were terrazzo. I do like the look of terrazzo floors. I don't know if they have that much in other parts of the country. It's just like a really thick rock, and it has like all these little rock chips in it. It's kind of pretty, actually. It's not a pattern even. It's just kind of like pressed rock. I don't even know how they make it. But sadly, they covered it up. The only place you could see it was in the half bath. But everywhere else, it was either covered with carpet or that cheap like linoleum, that was in the kitchen and the living room. But it's it's just fucking crazy. But yeah, when I first went and moved into that apartment in the 90s, I was just kind of like, carpet in the bathroom. I was like, that is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. That's disgusting. Just disgusting. Can you imagine like how it would take like a week later, it would smell like I don't even know what. It's hard enough to keep a bathroom clean without that. Without adding all of this added fabric and shit. It's fucking ridiculous, man. SideQuest here says Americans will do anything to keep their feet and ass warm. I mean, just get some socks. That's all I'm saying. It's just really fucking funny. And then I think, let me see. I thought Zach said something. Okay, when you were a kid, did your house also have a bathroom with the fancy soap that was used for guests only that no one ever used? Always it was like seashells.
Yeah, or it had a picture on it.
Little seashells, or a little
decal on top of fucking soap. That was boomer bling,
and you weren't allowed to use it.
Boomer bling, and it's to Gen X and younger, it's unfathomable shit. But I kind of remember the way the market was. I'm into sales, marketing. I understand what that. Retail objects were very expensive in those days because you bought them from malls and shit. And people thought that things had a lot more value than they really did. They couldn't buy technology. Technology was super expensive. So they'd overcharge you for a piece of fucking soap, but it had a picture on it. So fuck, that's some special ass soap. That generation was very fucking impressed with the feelings of class.
Yeah.
They would go out. My mom would buy fucking like a set of silverware that wasn't silver. It was just fucking stainless steel. But there were like 3 different kinds of fucking forks.
Yeah, like
and 2 different kinds of fucking spoons. And like 2 or 3 different kinds of fucking knives. And she'd keep them all in order and like, what the fuck is this shit? Well, this knife is for salads and this knife is for... Man, fucking... That was all a fucking scam of the late 1800s and early 1900s of silverware companies trying to invent new products. Like this fork is only used for fucking...
They're creating market.
They're creating market. This fork is only used for oysters.
It's an oyster fork.
It's an oyster fork.
Some motherfucker got to eat a lot of oysters to have a whole ass fork dedicated to it.
You have...
I like oysters as much as the next girl, but come on now.
So you have lower middle class people buying fucking oyster forks.
I'm fucking fancy.
To be fancy. To impress poor neighbors. And they would never impress any rich person. They go like, well, look at this house, little bitty house.
Well, they just like the idea of like their neighbor
coming over.
They like the idea of neighbor Gladys coming over.
Yeah.
And being like, I have the oyster fork. Oh, you don't have those?
Yeah.
Lame.
You're
so poor.
No.
Only these classy
I worked
people
in
have
food
those
service also. There's only one spoon, and there's no really... You don't need a soup spoon. The soup spoon can handle all the fucking...
I mean, a spoon is pretty much a spoon.
A spoon is a spoon. A fucking... You don't need a teaspoon and a fucking soup spoon. Soup spoon can handle all the
big one.
Just use the big one. Use the soup spoon. You don't need...
We have little ones and big ones because it came with that.
The salad fork and the meat fork. You know, just use the meat fork.
Yeah.
The long tine fork.
Yeah. Because all the sets come with like the long time fork and the short time fork. I never use the short one.
The short time, fuck the short time.
I never use it.
It's artificial necessity. Because
it's like, what's the goddamn difference?
No.
There's really not a difference.
The military issues you in the fucking military mess kit in the infantry, because I had that too, even though we ate it at MREs. 3 fucking utensils: a serrated fucking knife, a soup spoon, and a big fork, and you can eat an elephant with that. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
All I need.
And a can opener.
All the little sizes of it and stuff like that is just complete bullshit.
They're totally invented.
Well,
rich people didn't eat those.
I'm actually really glad that that seems to have gone by the wayside.
Yeah. Well, the silverware companies are gone.
Yeah.
It's just the Chinese make that.
The
now.
big thing was you would get that for your wedding.
Yeah.
Like, you get like a set of silverware, like fancy silverware, and a set of dishes.
Put that shit in a silverware cabinet with a China
and then you wouldn't use it.
They'd have a China cabinet.
I'm gonna pass that on to my kids. Your kids don't fucking want it.
They'd have a fucking $1,000 China cabinet with fucking $2,000 worth of China that was never used.
Yeah, it's like, why is that there?
And then maybe like for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, you might pull it out, but nobody gives a shit about
getting this. Yeah,
you're living in a little bitty fucking house that nobody gives a shit about, and everybody had that same shit. You go down the whole neighborhood, everybody had that same shit. You're not special. You just got duped like everybody else.
Yeah, everybody had the same stuff.
Everybody had the same shit. And had a dining room. A whole room where you just eat. Nobody went in there to eat anyway. They ate in a fucking television, watching television. Or in a room. Dining room.
Yeah, I usually just eat either right here, like in front of my laptop, or we eat sitting in the bed watching TV.
They think that people are going to come over to their house to have
a dining experience. We do eat at the table on holidays, but that's...
have a dining experience. Like they saw on television... A fucking television representation of a Hammer horror flick that supposedly happening in the 1800s, where you got 20 people in your fucking house just sit around a table, and the guy's at the head of the table,
and there's like all these like rules and regulations about it.
Yeah, that never happened.
No,
that never happened.
Yeah, I never saw that happen one time. And honestly, even when, because my grandma would have everybody over for Christmas, or Christmas Eve. But even then, like, she would just use the dining room table to put all the food on, like, buffet style, and then everybody would just go make plates and then go sit on the couch. You know?
Yeah.
In the living room by the Christmas tree. And, like, watch Frosty or whatever.
Linwood's here. What's up, Linwood? How you doing, bro?
So,
Did you do what I said? Did you get your test? Maybe go get that testosterone. Matter of fact, they just rescheduled that shit. It's no longer Schedule 3. You can get testosterone online. Just fucking show your ID. You'll be able to get it. It's easy now. Because they fucking come out and told the truth that shit is not risky. Take 200 milligrams a week of that shit and get you some Viagra, because you'll be knocking white girl down once that shit kicks in. 2 weeks later, oh man, they're gonna have to put you in a straitjacket. You won't be a sex bomb in 2 fucking weeks.
SideQuest here says my grandma had those weird animal-shaped seashell soaps you weren't allowed to use. I could never figure out. Yeah, I had forgotten that they had the seashells and they also had what do you call it? Seahorses.
Yeah, and they treated that shit like it was gold, and they paid.
And they were in this little fancy. It looked like a tiny gravy boat.
Yeah, it looked like a gravy boat, and they treat that shit like it was gold, and they paid $5 for it. It wasn't expensive.
But like I said, you weren't supposed to use it. And they had all the monogrammed guest towels in there that you were also not supposed to use.
And all this little fancy bullshit, these little fucking houses. And if real rich people would come into your house, they go, man, why are all these poor people? Why do all they have the same shit? Every one of these houses is the same.
Yeah,
throw all this junk
everybody
out.
Had the same.
This
stuff.
is all junk. Yeah, it was junk.
Zach says I actually really like the look of 70s clothes mostly. Some of the 70s clothes were actually pretty cool. It depends on what you're talking about.
Depends on what movie you're talking about, because the best 70s clothes were in movies.
But the decorating back then, I'm not into.
No.
80s decorating is worse, though, if you ask me. Yeah, it's like, because I see a lot of, like I said, if you watch like home renovation shows or something like that, which I used to watch some like a long time ago, but now I just watch that Laurel, Mississippi one. Our Town or Hometown or whatever it's called. Our Town is that play by Thornton Wilder.
Yeah.
It's different. But whenever they go in and be like, oh, 80s kitchen, yeah, they'd had that horrible, cheap looking dark wood cabinets. I just hated those. And they had like those things like hanging. They'd have the cabinets that were like not free floating, but they kind of hung over the island, like so it kind of blocked. That was bullshit too.
This is what Grandpa said about the fucking expensive china.
Huh?
Grandpa, he said about the fucking expensive china.
Oh, you see old fancy china and silverware for sale, pennies on the dollar all the time at estate sales. Descendants don't want it now.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What do you want with that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the thing about it too is that I get like you think that it had like all this value. It's like, oh, I can pass it on to my kids, blah blah. But it's like, well, the thing about it is even if your kids need dishes, which everybody needs dishes, but it's like they want to pick their own stuff.
Yeah, and what people buy now is extremely practical. They don't need all that fucking gold leaf bullshit because you can't put that in the microwave.
You can't put it in the microwave or the dishwasher.
Yeah, and with this,
so what the fuck good is it?
This is real china. No
shit, I would just like eat off paper plates, motherfucker.
It's just like my grandma. She had all those fucking collector plates she bought off television with fucking Scarlett O'Hara and all the fucking shit on there. The Franklin Mint. When did Franklin Mint did all the fucking collector's plates? She thought that shit was worth something. She died. That shit all ended up on the fucking front next to the garbage and they threw it away.
Yeah.
And I witnessing other people die and what happens to all their shit really fucking changes your attitude on things. You're like, yeah, everything that dude was, everything he had is now garbage. Nobody wants it.
Probably just focus on being a good person.
Yeah.
And like making good memories and stuff, like rather than just accumulating crap that people are just gonna have to put in a dumpster after you die.
Yeah, everything went in a dumpster. That whole person's life was just thrown away. Things that were treasured by that person.
Yeah, which I'm not averse to. Like, look, if you want things,
I got
like,
my dad's medals.
I got stuff.
I got my dad's Navy medals. I got pictures of him and stuff like that.
But I'm not under any illusions that like they're going to be worth money someday. Or I didn't buy them for that. I bought them because they made me happy.
After my dad died, I was going through the house, and my aunt was like, "Do you want any of his stuff?" And I was just like looking at it. It was like a tomb or a monument to the past. I was like, "No, I don't want any of this."
Yeah.
And it was good stuff. It was his, and it only applied to him.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to leave it in the past. I got you. I got his bow. I got pictures of him. I got some of his medals.
That seems good.
Yeah, I didn't want his
the bow. You can use that.
I didn't want his taxidermy deer heads. I didn't want that. I didn't want his fishing poles.
Yeah, it's like we would never use those.
I wanted his mom's fucking cast iron. I took all the cast iron skillets.
But we used that.
I used that. And that shit's worth a lot of money. I was like, I want that cast iron.
Yeah,
I
give me
that. Cast iron.
He uses that all the time.
I inherited cast iron. That cast iron's from the 40s.
Yeah.
Mississippi 40s. It's just fantastic. That's fucking hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of fucking cast iron. You just can't buy that anymore. And especially the shit that it was. Like, one of them was a a pot about 6 inches in diameter and damn near 10 inches tall that had a small basket inside of it and a lid, cast iron lid. And it was a cast iron deep fryer. I haven't used it, but they made French fries in that. And they deep fry fucking pieces of chicken in it and shit.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I mean, we probably will use
and it's all seasoned. That cast iron is seasoned. It's non-stick. You can fry an egg on it. That's how seasoned that shit is.
The only thing I had actually it was from my great-grandma, was I had like a little, it's not a whole set, it was just like a few pieces that were left that weren't broken over the years, but it's this beautiful like blood red glass.
Yeah.
So I have like a couple plates, some coffee cups or teacups, just and a couple little candle votives. But I just got those because I really, really like colored glass, and I especially really like red glass. I just think it's really pretty. But it's not like a whole set. Like I said, it's just like a couple little pieces.
Don't do my email, man. Get me on Facebook, Thomas Ross, or Facebook, or
all right,
or you can look at
I get another drink.
13 O'Clock Podcast on Instagram. If you have Instagram, you can do that. Or you can, I don't know, can you send direct messages on YouTube now? I don't know. But, shit, man. Everybody's talking. As soon as, man, I missed everything. Zach's talking about right now. I'm actually wearing a ring from the 39s. That was my grandpa Marlston's. It's onyx and gold with a couple of diamonds. Okay, for the 30s. Okay. SideQuest said my mom gave me my place setting when she died. I have it in my cupboard. The only thing that I use is a little China coffee cup for baking because it's exactly a precise cup. Liz was asking me, Tom, why not? I don't know. I don't have. That was a long time ago. So you have to put. If you guys ever ask me a question, you have to put more information in it because I don't know what you're referring. You're asking me why not, but I don't know what you're talking about. You have to remember that the delay is almost fucking a minute and a half, and I won't see your comment probably for another 3 or 4 minutes after that. Okay. Zach sent me a picture ring. Okay, I'll look at it in a bit, Zach.
Man, hopefully we don't run out of soda.
No, there's more soda. I got a shit ton of soda.
I was gonna say if we did, I can do.
No, I got.
I can drink coffee. I got a whole big
coffee too.
I got a big pitcher of coffee.
Yeah, I got coffee in there with coffee creamer.
Let's see. Person asked where you live, so they were muted for a couple minutes. I mean, I'm not gonna tell anybody my exact address or anything like that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Psycho Serious says the things that end up being valuable are things they didn't plan for. Like my friend Stanley wrenches from like the 80s or whatever. They're made of straight iron. Excellent. Yeah, shit like that. Like I said, that's why Tom was so excited to get like all the cast iron because probably nobody would have taken it, but he's just like, I'm gonna use that like every fucking day. What are you talking about? And he does. He uses that all the time. So it's like shit like that that's practical, you know? I have enough of my own knickknacks. I don't need somebody else's knickknacks, especially if it's like not my style, you know what I mean? I think when my grandfather died and all of my mom and all her siblings like had to clean his house out because he was a hoarder, and she was like, well, do you want anything from there? I think the only thing I took was this cool like lantern that he had. I was like, yeah, this is cool. That's all I took. I mean, he had boxes and boxes and boxes of shit, but I was just kind of like, eh. Oh, I took some jewelry too, like some rings, because he was a jeweler for a little while, and he had a fuck ton of mostly rings. So I took some of those. I still have them.
What's that?
From my grandfather.
Yeah.
When he died.
But
all right, but that was all I took.
So, the last week's show or this week's show on Robert E. Howard was very successful. A lot of people watched that in a very short period of time, and they're asking us to. Had a request on there to maybe do a show on fucking Frank Frazetta.
Yeah, which actually that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a good show too. So that's going to happen. And I also want to do a show on the communication between Robert E. Howard and H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, because that kind of, I feel like that probably needs its own show.
That needs a show. I got to study more about what their interaction was like. I've heard some already, but I want a more in-depth understanding of their fucking communications and what their relationships were on, I almost said online, but they're pen pals. They were pen pals.
We could even technically do a show about like kind of mostly concentrating on that, but we could even kind of expand it out to like all of the Lovecraft circles. So we could be talking about like his correspondence with some of the other writers too.
Yeah, we might want to go into what they call the Lovecraft circle.
Yeah.
The Lovecraft circle.
That'd be kick-ass.
Was that Lovecraft kind of used the mail as internet. They were writing for these pulp magazines. What was it called? Fucking
Weird Tales.
Weird Tales.
That was the main one.
And really, Lovecraft was kind of like had risen to the top out of that scene. Everybody was kind of deferential towards him. He became kind of like the de facto leader of all the authors there. Even Howard kind of like was blowing him, was very impressed because
he was
very impressed, and then they became friends, real good pen pals, and then they started challenging one another, and there became like this bromance of where young men test one another, and they would be fighting over letters, but then they'd fucking stop fighting. Oh, thank you so much for the postcard that you sent me out. And then they'd go on, and they'd go back to fucking rubbing each other's rhubarbs about how great they were. They were pumping each other up quite a bit. They both liked each other. Some say love. They never met, but
yeah,
it was, Jen says, shit, he's writing 38-page letters? Fucking, that's love.
Yeah, I was like, I never had any dude write me a 38-page letter. Nobody loved me that much.
Yeah, well, Lovecraft and Howard were constantly going at each other about fucking. Lovecraft was a man who he was a northerner. He was Yankee as shit, kind of gothed out, skinny, fucking xenophobic white dude, and he fucking wanted to defend the strengths of civilization. All right, Howard was a southerner. He was a big Texan fucking boxer. Original fucking LARPer, and fucking cosplay. He was way ahead of his time. Even Tolkien fucking was reading him in fucking world building. He was doing shit even before Marvel and DC.
Yeah, he was one of the biggies from that era.
And
sorry, we got a super chat. Linwood sent us a super chat. Thank you very much.
Thank
little LOL, little person laughing.
Yeah,
slamming the little fist on the ground. That's so funny.
So. Robert E. Howard. Now, Sly, I don't know if you were here before. Robert E. Howard was the guy who wrote Conan, amongst other things. Like he did fucking Solomon Kane, Conan. He did some westerns and shit. He died at 30. Killed himself.
Now, see, John Gore says, did Howard end himself while Lovecraft was still alive?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, Lovecraft was alive.
Because Howard died in 1936.
I think it was 36, yeah.
And when did Lovecraft died in what?
50s, wasn't it?
He wasn't that old either. Like, he died of natural causes.
Yeah.
But I think
early 50s.
I think he was only like in his 40s or something. He was like fairly young when he died, if I remember correctly.
Early 50s or late 40s.
Didn't he die of some kind of like intestinal disorder or something?
Yeah, it'd been a long time. It was some kind of sickness that was bothering him.
Kevin Evans says 1937. So actually Lovecraft died the following year.
7 years later. Okay.
The following year.
The following year. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a year later.
All right. Yeah. I thought he lived a lot longer.
I was thinking it was like I knew he had died young because I think he was only 46 or something.
Once we fucking totally researched that, those two dying so close together, that's fucking another element to that show.
Yeah, 46. I remember he was about 46 years old when he died.
Yeah, he was older than them, but I didn't realize that they died so close together.
So close together, yeah.
Man. But Lovecraft wrote to Howard. He told Howard that he was the greatest American fantasy writer. And I think I'd kind of have to agree. From Howard came Dungeons and Dragons, which spawned fucking Game of Thrones and all these other modern fucking shows.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
all
Howard.
came from that.
Robert E. Howard. Conan. That's where that shit's coming from. Conan was a masterpiece. And if you don't like reading, you can listen to the audiobooks free on YouTube.
Yeah, they've read a lot of his stories on
Yeah, a lot of stories are recited. Lynn would have liked the one Conan story where Conan's in Kush. Kush was Robert E. Howard's version of Africa. And Conan was down there and he had a whole warrior band of Kushite spearmen. That was his fucking badass band. They were running around. They were serving this black king. And he comes in one time with his band, and it turns out that this king had inherited a captive who was this white chick. She's like supposed to be kind of like a Roman, and she was a scientist. Young, virgin. They killed her brother. She escapes out of her little tent. The black chicks were keeping her there. And she tells Conan, I'm a captive here, you're the only white man I've seen, you got to white the fuck up and get me out of here. And he's like, that's my king, though, you know what I mean? But I can't do that. She goes, I'll give you my virginity. And he's like, well, here in the land.
When you put it that way.
Now you put it that way. Yeah, see, that's some gangster shit. Fucking Conan was like, here in Kush, fucking people betray each other all the time just for nothing. So, all right, done deal. He kills the fucking king he was fucking working for, and his fucking dudes fucking slaughter a whole bunch of people and they take over. He's got the fucking blood of the king in his head and shit, and he's fucking, time for me to collect. He's trying to dive right in on a white girl. She escapes him, jumps on a horse, runs out. And she was the main character in the story. Because she's telling the story in this little mini story. She escapes on a horse, ends up in a fucking forgotten land, fucking down in a valley. All these spirits are in there. These ghostly Celtic fucking elf spirits type chicks are in there, and they take her. They start having this ritual, and they're going to sacrifice her to an alien god. Turns out this alien god, the way it's described, is one of the old ones that fucking Lovecraft's writing about. It's a good story, man. It's called Women of the Lost Veil.
Veil of the Lost
Veil
Women.
Lost Women. You can hear it on YouTube. Veil of Lost Women.
Of the Lost Women. Yeah.
Veil of the Lost Women. See, Jan's literal about it. I'm too drunk to be literal.
Well, that's what the name
Veil
is.
of the Lost Women. That's a Conan story, and he'll read it to you. It's only about an hour.
Yeah, most of the stories are about 45
The Conan
minutes.
stories are short.
Joseph says Lovecraft was also into amateur publishing, what we would consider now as fanzines. Yeah, so like I said, in a lot of ways, kind of ahead of his time. Camp Guy says, my mother's father, my grandfather, was born in 1888. I can't believe I go back that far. Holy crap. Okay, so I know you're like a bit older than we are, but my grandparents were, well, on my dad's side, there's my granddad, they're both dead now, but my granddad was born in 1919, and my grandmother was born in 1929. But like I said, they died now.
He said it sounds like Othello. Is it like Othello? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
I haven't read Othello since high school.
Yeah, Conan fucking... she runs from him. Conan fucking has a change of heart, though. He goes after her. He eventually meets up with her. She's getting ready to get killed and shit by this fucking monster. She fights the monster off. He fights the monster off. The alien. And he's like, I was thinking about it. You were under duress when you made that deal about giving me your virginity to save you.
Well, duh.
And that's too much like rape, so I'm not gonna. It's too much like rape.
Well,
that's
at least he realized.
Yeah,
it.
Conan was like, that's not my style. That's not my style. Yeah.
Zach says, I sent Tom a pic of the actress playing the Beatles, too. Yeah, I saw a picture of that earlier. The only one I recognized, I think the guy playing Ringo Wasn't that the same guy the kid that was in Killing of a Sacred Deer?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. American Military said, "Oh shoot, just saw that actress Catherine O'Hara passed away." Yeah, she did. Yeah. Unexpectedly, I think. Was it? Because she wasn't that old. She was just like 70s. Man, she was just in the Beetlejuice sequel the other day. Like, when did that come out? Last year? Holy shit. She still looked pretty good. So, I don't know. Yeah, that sucked. I mean, she's been in a million things, but I mean, she'll always be Lydia's mom.
Stick Vic
from Beetlejuice to me.
And John is talking about He-Man, the new He-Man movies coming out. He-Man is a ripoff of Conan.
Oh yeah, big time.
Big time. And Thulsa Doom in Howard's stories, which and I like fucking the movie Thulsa Doom. That's my boy there, fucking, But Thulsa Doom is actually described in Howard's books as a fucking powerful sorcerer / necromancer that has a skull for a head. It's what they're talking about.
I mean, I also have a skull for a head, but it has skin on it.
This is just a skull. Thulsa Doom.
Just saying.
Thulsa Doom is Skeletor from He-Man. He-Man rip off.
Or Red Skull.
No. No, they pretty much admitted that He-Man is Conan with blonde hair and Skeletor is Thulsa Doom.
Yeah. Well, because the whole He-Man thing...
It's a Conan ripoff.
Well, no, what I was going to say was that if you are a fan of the show Toys That Made Us, He-Man was... The toys came first. And then the cartoon came because they were like, hey, we need to make up some lore...
Yeah.
So we can sell these toys.
Yeah,
which we just pulled out of our ass. But they kind of got it from.
They got a lot of shit from Conan.
From that Conan kind of stuff. Yeah.
Because the dudes making these toys read all this shit.
Yeah.
They're from the generation that read all that. But while they're trying to pitch the Conan toys, but the He-Man toys, they're like, well, what does this come from? What movie is this from? It comes from a comic book. A comic book,
we just wrote.
Yeah, we just wrote it right now. Now that you mentioned it, yeah. And then they eventually said, and then later on it says, could this comic book be a television series? Yeah, we could do that. And they were talking about Conan though.
It's just so funny that like so many of those beloved '80s cartoons, were just like half-hour long commercials.
Yeah, for toys.
For a toy line.
For toys, yeah.
Like they thought of the toy first.
Toys came first.
And then they're like, well, this is another thing that we can use to sell it to the kids. Because the kids would be like eating their Fruit Loops in the morning on Saturday morning watching the shit and be like, Mom, you have to buy me this and that and the other thing.
He-Man actually started with a reject toy that they had already made of a fucking tiger. They said, let's take this tiger and paint it green. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's put a big old dude on it. Yeah, he's like Conan. Yeah, but put his hair on. That's how it started.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
Like I said,
they had a fucking primitive, not immovable, solid cast tiger. And it was a tiger. They said, paint that bitch green. They go, yeah, that's better.
See, now that's like the very definition of, you know, having lemons and making lemonade.
Yeah. And they said, we need a dude riding that. Make it leather, make a saddle, put a helmet on the fucking on the tiger. They had a helmet on a tiger. They go, now we got something. Then they said, what about the bad guy? It's Thulsa Doom, man. Fucking a dude with a skull head. Okay, yeah. That's what we got. That's it. It's Conan. What's this from? It's from a comic book. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Comic book's coming soon. Okay, yeah, sounds good. They're just pitching it. Yeah. To people who were trying to invest.
Like I said, this is just some shit we had laying around and we couldn't sell, but we have to we're just gonna tie it all together and make a story out of it, and then ta-da, it worked.
It started with that the fucking toy company had this loser ass fucking tiger. They couldn't sell it. And that's what started it.
Yeah.
They went, paint that bitch green.
It's funny.
Okay, what do we do with it now? Put a man riding on it. Jacked motherfucker riding it. Okay. And it all came down, it's like, what do little boys want? Well, they want power. Because their moms have all the power. Tell them that they don't fucking, that they can't do this, they don't do this. Oh, stop doing that. So it was, I got the power, and it's just the little boy is this little fucking jacket.
I'm gonna draw on the wall with crayons if he wants
to. The power that they're fucking talking about, that He-Man's talking about, is the power to tell your mom to fuck off. Yeah, that's what it is. Essentially, I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's what He-Man was about.
Yep.
Mom, fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want. That's the whole.
If I want to pee in the closet because man said I could.
Piss right in the closet because man said I could. I'm a little boy. I'm gonna piss in the closet.
Man said it would be okay.
Man says all right.
So
that's an old throwback to another show.
I know, right? all the old school people remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done any haunting episodes.
Little boys want the power to tell their mom to fuck off. Leave me alone. God damn. I'm trying to play. Trying to piss in this closet.
Trying to sit on this cat under the couch cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I would have thrown the kid. I would have sold the kid to the circus for doing
that.
They
did a good job though, because as it evolved, they were like, "Well, let's do it about morals and what's doing right." You know what I mean? And little boys will have all the power away from their mama.
Yeah, it's
their
just
mama can't tell them what to do, but we're gonna tell them to do right.
It's just advertising, but at least they kind of used it for good.
Yeah,
it's like they were selling toys.
Yeah.
But at least they weren't saying your mom sucks.
They were trying to sell a fucking tiger.
Yeah,
a fucking plastic tiger.
Not like later, where I kind of feel like, because I feel like into the 90s, like a lot of the cartoons were like, everybody should fuck off. You're cool and edgy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Linwood fucking She-Ra destroyed He-Man. They said, don't do that. Do not make She-Ra. Because then what ended up happening is all of a sudden the little boys said, wait a minute, they got one? Oh, fuck it. This ain't cool.
Now it has cooties.
Yeah, it's got cooties now. They got one. The girls have one.
Boys are so sensitive.
Yeah, they... Children are they're sexist.
I like
and they're
girl
racist
toys
too.
I like girl toys and boy toys.
Yeah, right.
Hey, speak for yourself. I wasn't.
They tend not to buy toys that are of another race. That's what I think.
Well, when I was a kid, they didn't really have that.
Yeah, they just don't. I mean,
they were pretty much all fucking white. I didn't really
seem to notice. I had Lando Calrissian. but I had all the Star.
Yeah, I did too.
I had all the Star Wars.
But like
toys.
I said, I didn't think of it. I was just kind of like, we're getting all the Star Wars characters.
But that program noticed that though. Those guys that were making those toys, that not only are little boys sexist, they don't want anything to do with little girls. They're also racist. They don't want anybody to have to do with any other races. They want the toy to be them. What it is the toy is them.
Yeah. But like I said, even I remember in the 80s you couldn't even really get dolls or anything like that were anything other than white.
Yeah.
It was very unusual.
That's what sold.
At least where I was.
That's what sold. Well, no, they sent things to certain areas they knew what would sell there.
Yeah.
It was target marketing is what they called it.
Yes, I know what that's called, Tom. Oracle says that's why Filmation worked so well. They could turn out cartoons on the cheap. A great way to advertise the toy of the moment. Yeah, that was like such a big fun. Like Transformers did that. Pretty much, like I said, all the beloved cartoons from the 80s were pretty much all just advertisement for toys. And it all started with the toy first. Like the toy designers kind of came in there like, okay, we'll come up with a story for this. You know what I mean? It's just funny. Victor says He-Man was the first franchise I was into as a kid. Then Ghostbusters, and then Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I'm kind of, I was like not into, I loved Ghostbusters. Like I saw it in the theater when it first came out in 84, and I was really into that. So I had some Ghostbusters stuff, like merch. But me and my brother, like I have two brothers, but mainly I'm talking about my brother that's 4 years younger. I'm the oldest. And mostly we had Star Wars shit. Man, we had so much Star Wars shit. Because we both really liked Star Wars. But like I said, most of the toys I had were pretty, I don't know, gender neutral, I guess. I had some Barbies, but and some kind of makeup, like I had fashion plates and shit. Like the people gave me those. But the hilarious thing was that if you guys remember fashion plates, which are like, what the hell do they call that? When it's like a it was like all these little plastic, like thick plastic outfits. And you could put them all together. Like you could mix and match them. And then you put a piece of paper in there and like do a gravestone rubbing, kind of. And so I had that, like somebody gave it was probably my grandma or something. And my brother had one that was like what was it called? Heroes and Monsters or something. And so it was kind of like superheroes, but then also like lizard men and shit like that. And I thought that was cool as shit. And I was like so pissed because I was like, why didn't they make these all the same size? So you could take like the top and you could have like a lady's torso with a nice little blouse, and then she could have like a lizard person bottom. That would be so rad. But if they didn't make them the same size, then I was just like so upset by that. Because it was like the boy one. See, this is what's really funny is like the fashion plates. It came in like this plastic. It was like this big long. I'm trying to think how to describe it if you haven't seen it. But it had these little things that would hold all the little plates. And then it had like the little frame thing over here. And this came up and then like you put the, paper in between so it wouldn't move. And then it had like the little thing. And so it was beige or cream colored. And then all the plates were kind of like different shades of pink, right? So super girly. Yeah. The man one, the boy one, was the frame and everything was black. And then like the frame thing I think was orange or red. And all the frames were like orange or red, which I thought was way cooler. But like I said, I always was pissed that they didn't make them the same size so you could mix and match the monsters with the fashion girls, because I thought that would have been really cool if you could have done that. But you could. We kind of tried to do it anyway. Like we'd sort of arrange them like on the floor and then kind of do it, but it didn't come out quite right because they weren't quite the same size. But we tried.
Okay, American Military 100 asked a good question. And I can answer this. He says, wasn't there like a female version of Voltron that had missile titties?
Yeah, I think so, wasn't
it?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, but it wasn't a female version of Voltron. It was a female version of Mazinger. If you were here in the United States as a kid, you remember the Shogun Warriors. There was one of the characters called Mazinga. I got two of them. I don't know, they're collectors. In Japan, that character was called Mazinger. Mazinger Z is what his name was. And he was he was kind of like the 1970s newer version of fucking Giant Robot, or what was the one where the kid had the remote control and the fucking, I forgot, Tetsujin was his name. It was a black and white anime that was available in the United States. I just forgot what the American version of the American name for Tetsujin 28 was. Anyway, Mazinger, and you know him as the Shogun Warriors, brought to you by Mattel. Back in Japan in the 70s, those were all based on anime that was on television, and I have them on DVD. They're hard to get because there's a lot of licensing problems. You can't get them. Mazinger was kind of like Tetsujin 28 or Giant Robot. It was a very good program. It was actually kind of written for teens. The writer's name was Go Nagai. He was kind of like the Stan Lee of Japan. He wrote a bunch of these giant robot stories. A lot of them were American inspired. They were kind of like Superman, but he's got a giant robot. That would have been... Yeah,
they were robots, but it was kind of like Pacific Rim. That was kind of like... That's kind of more modern thing.
UFO Grendizer was Superman, an alien,
it's a little guy
from another planet, but he has a giant robot he brings with him. He stole it. Okay, he's going to defend Earth now in the way that Superman does.
I don't know where I would put it.
Mazinger Z came out and it was a hit. That was in the comic or in the anime. It was a mecha or a robot built by humans, and it helped other robots that were made. Like fucking UFO Grendizer and Getter Robo. Those were from Earth, but the other one was from an alien. I'm getting drunk, so I'm messing it up. During that time, here in the United States, a hit show came out called Charlie's Angels. And Charlie's Angels was kind of like a private detective program with 3 hot chicks and their fucking manager. And, one of the chicks' name was, what's her name? Jacqueline Smith and Farrah Fawcett and
the other one.
Right. Well, that was a huge hit in Japan, too. And Go Nagai and the producers of Mazinger's Z said, it would be great if we had something kind of like Charlie's Angels mixed in the super robot scene. So they came out with girls who had their own super robots that kind of helped and support with Mazinger Z. And it was Minerva X, I think, and Venus was another one. And Venus was an interesting character because she was half American, and her dad was a black serviceman that served in Japan, and his mother was Japanese. And she grew up in Japan, and she was getting picked on for her color. But then she grew up to be this beautiful chick, and she was in this fucking, organization to help save Japan and the world from fucking aliens and monsters and shit. And she ended up with a robot, piloting a robot. It was called Venus, whatever. And the other one was Minerva. And I forgot the name of the other ones. But it's supposed to be like the Charlie's Angels. And her name was, what was the name of June. Her name was June. June something or other. Half black, half Japanese. And she drove Venus. Well, anyway, all those robots had special abilities. But one ability that they all had was they all had boobs. And all those boobs shot missiles.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah. Now, you're not going to be able to show this on America. None of this shit ever ended up on American fucking television because they're very sensitive about things like boobs.
Titty missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Americans are weird about that.
And her name is like Jun Hono.
They'll show people getting their face shot off, but it's like, we can't show a nipple.
Yeah, and I think her name was Jun Hono was the name of the character who fucking was really famous for the fucking... And she had this curvy-ass fucking robot. She was curvy, too. And their uniforms actually had nipples on the uniforms. So even though they had clothes on, they always looked like they had fucking erect nipples and shit. It's kind of funny,
It's kind of like that Batman suit.
The Japanese didn't have any problems with boobs or nipples. They thought those were
man,
cute.
I kind of feel like even...
What's the problem?
Probably, yeah. It's
What's
like, I feel like nowadays, because most... You don't usually see, nips because most people wear bras.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like... If you don't wear a bra and you go around with nips, people are like, ooh, high beams are on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they'll kind of get on your case about it.
But June and the other two Japanese girls, they wore kind of like Power Rangers outfits and with, brass fucking buttons that looked like nipples over where the nipples would be, They were sex bombs. But it was a Japanese anime version of Charlie's Angels. Because they were doing investigative shit.
Those giant robots, that was like a whole subgenre.
It was a subgenre.
Really. Because I remember Getter Robo, which to me, that's my favorite theme
Getter Robo is the best one.
Of all. Yeah,
I like
Getter Robo.
Grendizer UFO. That's a good one too.
Yeah, those are good.
That's the Japanese Superman.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on in most of them, but it's like the theme songs are cool, and it's like the robots look cool.
Yeah,
so that's all that matters really.
And they were kind of adult. They were kind of soapy in the way that where fucking each week new shit would come out. They were very much morality tales, very much about honor and bravery and self-sacrifice. They were good morals in them, but they weren't real cheesy. They were for teen audiences, but they transfer to young adult. Okay, I can watch them, and they're fun.
Burley Kev says, "What is your favorite John Carpenter film?" Oh, The Thing.
Oh shit, man,
all
The
day.
Thing. Yeah,
all day. I mean, they're all good. There's a lot to choose from, obviously, but honestly, most of the ones he made in the 70s and 80s, I'll watch any of those. But yeah, The Thing is easily, I could watch that every day and not ever get sick of it. Let me see. Yeah, Mazinger Z. Gramper says, every hetero boy in Trenton had a Farrah Fawcett poster in 1979 that we rubbed one out to a million times. That poster is probably the most famous, highest selling poster of all time. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I read somewhere that poster had sold more than any other poster
Yeah.
ever. You know? Oh, we got a super chat from Burley Kev. Thank you very much.
Mazinger Z got improved in the series to this one. Great Mazinger. But they fought side by side. And this is a Mattel version. All right? These are worth a lot of money. And I got the swords and everything. This is, and I even got the fucking little brain condor jet where the fucking
That's my favorite part.
pilot goes in there, you know.
Goes in his little head.
And this is probably a $300 toy right here from the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got 2 of these. The other one isn't complete though yet.
Yeah, Haida says, I love Japanese giant robots as a kid. I think they were called Shogun Warriors. Yeah. But like I said, that was the U.S. interpretation of the original Japanese ones. But yeah, Tom has a fuck ton of Japanese robots. A whole bunch of different. He has a bunch of Mazingers. He has a bunch of Get a Robo, which, like I said, that's kind of my favorite one. Although Mazinger is cool too, but I like Get a Robo. John Gore says, I liked Ultraman with those goofy gorilla arch villains. You know, I don't know if you have, I think is it Amazon Prime? I think Amazon Prime has like all the Ultraman. Because we were scrolling through the other day and I was like, and Tom was like, holy shit, they have Ultraman. And actually we watched one of the, because he used to watch it when he was a kid too. So Ultraman.
Yeah.
Because I said, doesn't Prime have all, like all the Ultraman?
They got them all. And they also have Kamen Rider.
Yeah, they have that too. Yeah, we watched a couple of it. We watched a couple of episodes.
I watched episode 1 of Kamen Rider, and then they got like a bunch of Kamen Rider.
They got a fuck ton of that
He's
stuff.
a cyborg, or a biologically enhanced kind of cyborg dude who's got a motorcycle. But the thing is, that's not anime. That's Sentai, or Super Sentai.
Yeah.
Where it's live action, and you get big. The bitch always gets big. He starts off normal size. When he gets into serious trouble, motherfucker's big. He's now 40 fucking stories tall. Super Sentai. And that's the way the Power Rangers were. It always ends up with those bitches getting big. They're in a big robot.
If you haven't seen the movie Big Man Japan, please watch that because it's sort of like, well, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, because it's sort of parodying that a little bit. It's just like this regular.
The Japanese know it's ridiculous.
It's just this regular dude that like gets big and like fights.
He eventually, and then how'd that
crazy
bitch get so fucking big?
But it's done like a mockumentary. It's like it's super dry and it's super funny.
We got money.
Thank you very much. SideQuest sent us a very generous super chat.
What's up, babe?
It's been fun. I have to go. I jokingly matched with my cousin OK Tinder.
Wait, what?
And now my aunt keeps calling me. It's good. Are you gonna go out with your cousin, or it's like
so you gotta go check out
you're
scrolling through Tinder?
You're scrolling through Tinder and you got matched with your cousin? Oh wow.
Yeah. Maybe it's meant to be. You know, fucking next thing you know, is it a first cousin or a second cousin?
I mean, second cousin's okay. That's not that.
You're not really related to your second cousin.
Related.
No.
But sorry, that's like the funniest thing I've heard all day. It's just kind of like, is this like one of those urban legends? Remember that thing that was on Wang about like the dude, like the or the chick going to the glory hole and then like ended up blowing her dad or something like that.
Yeah, it's a myth. Though.
Yeah, it didn't really happen. I mean, I'm not saying it's never happened ever, like in the history of glory holes, but I'm just saying that there was like a story about it.
In the history of glory holes, I bet you it didn't. It's never happened.
I don't know. I'm not willing to go that far.
Who's done it?
Well, yeah, some people might have done it.
Oh yeah, it's happened, but not in glory holes.
Well, if you don't know who's dead, well, yeah. What are the chances?
What are the chances?
Unless it's a really small town.
Yeah, right.
But then, if
little small towns don't have glory
that's what I was just
gonna
say. It's like no.
No.
You have to be a pretty large to even have that.
And here's the thing. Let me tell you all something about about the mythology of the glory hole. Okay, there are glory holes. Fucking, it's been documented. Fucking, some of the guys that we follow, me and Jen have fucking done fucking bizarre shit on video and stuff. Everything you see in video, all that glory hole shit, it's a setup.
Well, of course it is.
Everybody knows who's going. Everybody knows who's going to be there. The whole fucking event was fucking advertised a couple weeks before. The dudes just showed up.
Well, yeah, everybody
knew it was
knows.
going to happen. It's not. Nothing is. All that shit's fucking.
Well, yeah,
nothing's spontaneous.
That's why young boys should not get their knowledge about sex from porn.
From porn, no.
Because it's all fake.
It's all fake.
It's all fake.
Yeah, they're actually doing it, but it's like something out of the circus.
Yeah, like I said, it's all planned before. It's like they're just pretending that it's not planned.
Pretend.
It's like, whose dicks are these?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to suck them anyway. It's like, no.
And she knows who all those people. She knows
who
all those dicks are. She doesn't know the dude personally, but she's seen him beforehand.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Joseph says the thing was just added to the National Film Registry. Yeah, I saw that earlier.
That should
finally.
That should have a bunch of recognition. It bombed at the time when it
that
came
was the
out.
movie that was.
That's because E.T. kicked its ass.
Yeah.
Had it been any other year.
Well, like I said, we've talked about this before. Like until fairly recently, horror was kind of like the redheaded stepchild of genres. It's like, it was never taken seriously. Everybody thought every horror movie was slashers running around in the woods and all this, and it was just all cheap exploitation. But obviously, it's never been like that.
Look, I've seen the original Cat People.
Oh, Linwood says, no, it's not Comet Rider, it's Kamen Rider. Kamen.
Kamen Rider.
Rider is what it's called.
And
it's on Amazon Prime.
It's on Amazon. It starts in the 70s. And it's fucking cheesy. Cheesy and ridiculous.
It is very cheesy.
But it's Japanese as fuck. If you like Giant Robot, it's like that. But think of like $6 Million Man, but with a motorcycle and fucking weird ass bad guys mixed with Power Rangers. It's in the 70s, but they're very short. They're 20 minutes each episode, and crazy.
Yeah, I have a hard time sitting through them. I have to be honest.
Yeah, I like that. They probably get better. I'm almost in a way. I'm a completist. If I see one, I want to see them all.
Yeah.
But the thing is there's many versions of Kamen Rider and Giant Robot. That was
there's
many seasons of it. It's been updated so many times, and I've only remembered the original Giant Robot or Ultraman, the original Ultraman. I loved it as a kid. They've got like 7 or 8 of those.
Yeah,
they're still making.
Because that was it was super popular.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Ultraman was actually just a retelling of fucking Superman.
Yeah.
That's all it is. The aliens are helping us. That's all it is. I call them and I become the alien. That's just, Superman.
Victor says glory holes made me gay. Also, he said,
you were gay before.
Do women even do glory holes?
No.
Not like in real life. Unless they're,
nah.
It's a kink, but I think it's like pretty rare. And honestly, like if you see it in porn, like obviously it's all set up.
It's a setup. Yeah. My understanding, the closest thing to the real thing is you have couples that are in like the swinging scene and it's very fetishy and they're making money on the side.
Making content.
So making content. And some of this shit goes way back to the 90s because back then you could make even more just with a VHS.
Because there was less, like now, now anybody can make porn with their fucking phone. You know what I mean?
So there were women back in the 90s who were middle-aged in their 40s with their fucking husbands who were in their 50s and doing shit like that and recording it. And making a decent amount of money because they were like some of the few people to do it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I took my wife to the porn theater, and all these dudes banged her.
And all my friends are going to fuck her. And some strangers are going to fucking bust a nut off in their mouth during the fucking thing. And that shit is hot as a fuck. Then I'm gonna and the husband's into it too. And the husband's probably more into it than the chick is.
Probably.
But, they do fucking swinger events and...
that's a pretty big...
That's just their thing.
Subgenre, I feel. We know a few people that are into that.
Yeah. My ex.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? So, and I'm not... That's whatever. That's okay. If y'all like that.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
And it's here in Florida, there's a real nice club for that. Called
adults.
Secrets.
Yeah, we've talked about it before.
And it's a high-end fucking
We've
club.
never been. But we keep getting invited.
Okay, we're always getting invited, and they send us a video and photo of what they're doing.
Look what we're doing here.
Yeah, and I must admit, man, they're hotties. It's not.
It does kind of look
dudes.
fun.
It's
kind of expensive though.
It's expensive. You got to be a membership, and it's pretty hot people in there, and porn stars are in there.
And the thing about it is that you don't, just like anything else, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah, it's a club.
You can just walk around and like.
You would think that what we need a porn star. But porn stars, once they have names, they can't go to a regular club, so they go to those.
Yeah, because they'll get recognized.
They'll get recognized, and people will fucking talk shit to them or make them feel uncomfortable. So they go to those type of clubs. And they may not do anything. They're just dancing and having fun. It's safe for them there. And they might do something on the side or whatever if they see some hot chick. The girl fucking dives into it.
Excuse me.
But that shit happens where we go. Jen fucking dive on some fucking chick. She's tearing it up.
I mean, not that.
Last week she's over there. She's making out with fucking one of our girlfriends. Fucking, and I was like, "You guys having fun?" You know. And
wait, who was it?
The other dude told me to stay away from her. I said, "You need to stay away from her." And I was like, "What are you talking about? My wife's making out with her." Remember that fucking weird? I'm gonna get down the bottom of that.
That wasn't last week. That was the week before.
Was it the week before?
I think that was Memento Mori.
I think that.
Yeah, this weird fucking shit happened.
Yeah,
okay,
some weird shit.
So we know this girl. I'm not going to say what her name is.
Yeah.
She's not. I don't think we've talked about her much on the show.
She's a lesbian.
Yeah.
She's a cute lesbian.
And
she used to be a stripper.
Yeah, and we've known her for a while. She doesn't come to the 80s night. She usually just comes to like the goth event. So she comes to Memento and Abyss. And you know, she's kind of like, you know, I'm just kind of like, hey, she'll come in and like start making out. I'm like, all right, whatever.
She'll come up and hug on us and shit like that. She's just a friend of ours.
Yeah.
I think dude thought I was some kind of a threat.
Maybe.
Like he was trying to get it, I think.
Well, we were both kind of like, I think, I don't know. I was kind of macking on her, and then like I think you kind of like picked her up, like, hey, like what's up, like, you know what I mean, like when you first saw her.
Yeah.
And then later on, we were like out on the patio. I think we were getting ready to leave, and
it wasn't later on. It was 2 minutes later, 4 minutes later.
Oh, was it? Well, we were out on the patio because I thought we were getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
And this dude that we've never seen before.
You didn't even see that dude, yeah.
Said something about, I don't remember exactly what he said.
He says, you don't need to be touching her. She doesn't want you touching her.
She doesn't like that or something like that. I'm like,
no, he just looked at him like,
who are you?
I'll get down to the bottom of it.
Yeah, it was really
I'm not going to fucking message her.
No, don't. Yeah, don't. Like, don't make a big deal about it.
She probably doesn't even know that dude.
I mean, she might not even know him.
Yeah.
I've never seen him before.
Never seen that dude.
I've never seen him before.
I think he was just trying to get in on that, and you started making out with her, and we were fucking chumming around a bit. But you see...
But we know her, though.
Well, yeah, we know her. And he
if she didn't like it, she would absolutely be like, fuck
that
off.
bitch would fucking punch me in the face.
Yeah, she would punch you.
Yeah.
She would have absolutely no...
And she's always coming up and fucking, you know... So
she initiates all that.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you do something she doesn't like, she will absolutely hit you right in the mouth.
I don't know. But I wasn't really talking to her. I was talking to Angel.
Yeah.
Angel was there.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what this dude was talking about. He
said it was weird.
Me and Jen were like, huh? And I was like...
And I'd never seen him before. I'm like, wait.
And I was like, should I bounce this dude? Because I bounced motherfuckers out of there.
Yeah, because
I have the authority to bounce.
He had to bounce a dude. Was it last week or the week? No, it was last week or the week before. Like some dude was doing coke in the bathroom.
Yeah, well,
was it coke?
It was meth.
Oh, meth. Okay.
But I didn't want to. I just said, look, man, they're telling me you're doing coke in here, but I didn't want to say
He was nice about it.
And I was like, you're all right? And I said, well, look, I'm not going to ban you. I'm not going to call the cops. We're cool. Just that you're having a bad night, man. You're going to have to move on. Or, he's like, oh, okay, all right. And I just kind of, come on outside, man, you know. And then he left. And he was a big dude.
Yeah.
But he was just...
he was acting...
He was... Yeah,
not crazy, but like... I saw
bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, I saw him earlier in the evening. I'm like...
And I was like... I was like...
That dude's having some problems.
Yeah, I said the girls... And the girls I was talking about was the bartenders. And the bartenders were giving him his money back.
Yeah. Just get out of here.
They were like... and they were, thank you. And they bought me a bunch of drinks. Bar gave me a bunch of drinks off the... which... they gave me 2 drinks on the house. I said, thank you. But, no, I can bounce.
Yeah.
And I've bounced several.
Well, like I said, even when the place was still downtown, I mean, Tom threw some motherfuckers out of there.
Yeah. I can bounce out of Tom's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got bouncers,
but I know all the owners.
But if you see shit and they don't see it...
Yeah, no.
I mean, they've known us long enough that it's like, if somebody's acting up and we say they're acting up, then they're going to believe us and not this
We've been hanging out in this scene for fucking close to 20 years.
Because we don't make shit up.
And we know all the fucking owners. I could just grab a bitch and fucking pick you up and fucking throw you out the front door.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'6", but I weigh nearly 200 pounds. It's almost all muscle. I'll throw you out the door. And I don't need any help. Just grab you around the waist and pick you up and fucking walk through. Out.
Get the fuck out of here. But like I said...
But I didn't have to do that to him. I just said, look, man, you're having a bad night.
Yeah.
They're telling me that this is
He
happening.
wasn't really causing any trouble
like,
that
where am I
I
gonna
saw.
go? Yeah.
But he was
out of control.
acting. Yeah,
He was out of
you could
control.
tell that he was out of it. And like I said, you don't usually see that.
No, I use politics. I use diplomacy.
Because like I said, at Barbarella, even the 80s night, you don't usually have any trouble, to be honest. It's like...
No, the only time I've had to, like, get real physical and, like, beat somebody up is when they grab Jen's ass.
And that was at Mannequins.
And then that's instant. You're going to get fucked up.
That wasn't at Barbarella. That was at Mannequins.
Yeah, I've done that twice.
Yeah.
But they got dudes that think they're in a club, they can just grab a woman's ass.
Maybe where y'all come from.
Yeah. You're like, that's a married woman. And
even if it wasn't. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. Everybody else is not in kindergarten.
Go to the restroom.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can I have another?
Yeah, y'all making them.
I mean, there's still ice in there.
What time is it?
It's only 9:15, bro.
Okay,
it's early. Yeah, it's early. Tanya says Jen and Tom might fall asleep soon. It's 3:11 in the morning. I'm really tired. Stupid time differences. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's really early for us still. It's only 9:15, and it's Friday night, so you know what I mean. I mean, I get up early, but I get up early every morning. I'm just used to being tired, so it's fine. Yeah, so American military has asked, do you know why Japanese porn always pixelates pubic hair? That makes no sense to me. And then, yeah, High Desert says showing pubes is illegal in Japan. Yeah, which is strange because some of their porn is, like, really freaky, like, really weird, and it's just kind of like... So they're doing all this freaky shit, and then, like, just the pubes are pixelated. I'm like... It doesn't make any sense. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But, I don't know. I guess they get it. I don't get it. I mean, if you're going to show all the other stuff they're showing, why not? They'll put, like, a woman getting, like, mouth raped by tentacles in a cartoon. And then they won't even show, like, real, like, fucking pubes, which, you know, half of the fucking population of the world has. Well, everybody has them. I'm just saying. Do they pixelate dicks and stuff too? I don't watch enough Japanese porn to know. Because I've seen like some... I think the only Japanese porn I've really seen was like more lesbian porn. So yeah, I know they pixelate like, you know, vaginas and stuff. Do they do dicks too? What's the point of that? I don't get it. Might as well be fucking softcore. Even in manga, pubes can't be, but it's just a body part. I mean, it's just so dumb. That's so dumb. I mean, I kind of get it because, like I said, and I think it's obviously a lot better nowadays, but I kind of feel like people have a weird thing about that in the U.S. too. It's just like every time there's a dick in a movie or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody flips out about it, but okay, like, half the population have those. It's okay. It's just a body part. It's nothing weird. Yeah, Grunther says the only reason I survived 27 years in law enforcement was having half-decent de-escalation skills. I think that's really important, particularly for people in law enforcement. You can't have a bunch of, like, fucking rage monsters, man. That's gonna end badly. And, yeah, I didn't see what happened, because it's funny. You know what's funny?
What's that?
Is that I can't remember, I don't think that was Memento Mori night. I think that was an 80s night.
What's that?
When you bounced that dude. But it's like you were gone for a really long time, and that girl that we know, who's that couple that we know that are always there? Shit, what are their names? It's not...
There's so many couples.
It's not Eric and Amanda, it's that other couple.
Oh, okay, yeah, the older couple, yeah.
The older ones. They're our age.
Yeah,
and
I call them older because we.
And you were gone for like a really long time, and she said to me, she's like, "What, did he go and like hook up with somebody else?" Like that, like she was joking.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know. Like he's just gone for a long time. It's like I just thought he went to the can. But
no, it's bouncing that dude.
But then you came back and you said, "Oh my god, I had to bounce this dude." Like he was like on meth or something.
Yeah,
I think you said coke at the time, but
that was the political way of saying meth. They said coke.
Well, you could have told me meth.
But I think, but they didn't see it. They were just talking about the way he was acting, and I think he was in the bathroom fucking smoking meth.
Oh, okay.
And when he came out, he was all fucking discombobulated and
keep that at home, buddy.
Walls and couldn't control himself.
Look, I don't care if people want to do meth.
They're telling me you're snorting coke in there. You've been snorting coke. He's like, no. And I said, well, you tell me if you are, dude. Fucking, I like the shit. I just don't do it in the club. You know. Look, they're saying you have. Look,
we like Coke too. It's just
they're saying that you're having a bad night, man. Fucking come on outside. Let's talk outside. You know, and once you get them outside, you're like, look, fucking, you're not banned. You can come back whenever you want. I'm not coming back. I'm not from here. I'm from fucking California. This and that. This is okay.
So he's on vacation.
Well, you're not banned,
or
and we're not going to call. I'm not going to call the cops. I'm not going to fuck you over or anything. It's just they're feeling like you're out of control and fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're having a bad night. You're doing something. You're on something. No, I'm not. Where am I going to go? This guy said, dude, go down to Orange Ave downtown. He's okay. I'm going to call an Uber. He left. That's all.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Good solution. Well, like I said, there's no reason to escalate because you don't know what that dude's on.
No.
You don't know how he's going to react if you try to get aggro.
Yeah.
Or something like that. As long as he's
diplomacy.
Not... Yeah. As long as he's not
I try to settle him down.
And like I said, I saw him earlier, but he wasn't... You could tell he was kind of out of it, but he wasn't being like over... Like he wasn't grabbing people or fighting or yelling or anything like that. He was just kind of... You saw him kind of staggering around and you're like, ooh, that dude's having some problems this evening.
Jen told me to fall asleep soon. Oh, yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning for Tanya.
Yeah.
You would tell, oh, man, okay. Yeah, before you go, Tanya, let's plug that show that you guys fucking introduced me to. They sent me links to a show. I don't know if it was fucking Twitch or YouTube. I just took it. And it was a Norwegian couple. Heavy metal couple. And they were taking requests out of a fucking playlist that they had, and they were doing live fucking metal music.
That's cool.
Yeah, and she was really good, doing really good vocals. She was doing fucking Judas Priest. She did Painkiller. They did all kinds of fucking metal songs. And I would try to fucking send them a super chat, but they weren't monetized. So they're just doing it all for free. But I forgot the name of the channel, and I don't know where it was. But it was a very good channel, and Tanya and Klaus hang out there. They're local to that area, and when they're not here, they're hanging out with them. What was the name of that channel?
She might tell you in a minute.
She'll tell us.
Oh, David Brown says, yeah, people don't mind seeing someone cut up with a machete, but don't show any boobs. Yeah, it's just, it's really stupid. I don't really get it. I don't get it. And like I said, it's like boobs are not like inherently sexual. They're just for feeding babies. And men have them too. So it's just kind of like...
Nah.
It's dumb.
Guys like boobs.
I know, but it's like...
Even if women walked around with boobs hanging out, which they do in Brazil, when I was a kid, they walked around with boobs, they're still hot. Just here's the thing.
But after a while, you get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking, we're talking about Western civilization. Brazil is still part of the West. I mean, they got fucking Christmas, all right? It's not like we're these fucking sex-starved fucking maniacs from some Islamic country where you see a woman's ankles and you got to rape her. You know what I mean? That's not the deal. It just becomes more kind of like a feature that a woman that a woman has that you could appreciate. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she looks good, but kind of like a face.
Yeah.
Or her fucking legs.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, boobs don't really matter that much.
Just calm
down. Sometimes having the boob kind of covered up slightly, but you see some side boob that kind of the tease factor is like, man, I'd like to see the rest of that.
I kind of like, and I realize I'm a woman.
It's hotter if it's kind of.
I think it's hotter like when shit's like suggestive.
When it's like suggestive, yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So I don't really like super explicit porn. Like I don't have a problem with it, but it's just like it doesn't really do anything for me because it's like I said, it's like clinical. I like stuff that's a little more suggestive. You know, that doesn't maybe show everything, or it's kind of more...
Growing up in São Paulo in the 80s, man, those girls were wearing fucking tanga and fucking what they called fio dental, which means fucking dental floss. They're little tiny fucking strings, little quarter-sized fucking triangles to cover the nipples.
It's like, why even bother at that
They're
point?
basically nude. But it's so... After a few minutes, you're like, well, this is just how everybody dresses. It's really not...
Yeah, it doesn't...
that erotic, you know, fucking...
Because I think a lot of fetishizing things comes from, like it being taboo.
Yeah, a taboo, like a hiding it.
And if it's not, then people are just kind of like, oh, it's just a body.
I was a teenager, you know. I was a teenager when all this was going on. I was probably about fucking 16. And these are 14, 15, 16-year-old girls running around the pool, the fucking complex that I lived at. I lived at Ilha do Sul in Alto de Pinheiros, which is fucking in São Paulo. If you guys know what I'm talking about, so we probably have some brasileiros that know what I'm talking about in there. And it was like one of the early apartment conjuntos where like fucking there were 20-story tall apartment buildings. There was like 5 of them, and they were all in an enclosed community. It was one of the very first enclosed communities that Brazil had, which that's now all throughout the Americas now. We had our own swimming pools, our own theater, our own fucking lanchonete. We had fucking, they would deliver to your door. Fucking people could call each other through the phone just by entering a code, like, you know, pound and then the fucking apartment number, and it would call to, it was quite cool. It was made in the fucking 70s. But these girls were real young, and I was real young. And it was weird is that you adapt to it quickly.
Yeah.
To where that same girl wearing next to nothing, yeah, she looks good. But you see her in shorts and a fucking top and cute shoes, and she kind of looks even better.
Because you've already seen most of her, so...
Well, there's something about the clothes end up starting to be kind of more attractive and more accentuating to the fucking body.
Yeah, I get
than nudity. Most people don't look good 100% nude. They look better with something on them. You take some chick, there are very few people that look fucking better totally nude. Here's a good way to put it. There are very few women that look better totally nude than they do with nude but with stockings on. There's just something about...
Yeah, or like a little bit of clothes.
Yeah, because there's something about the delineation between leg and the accentuating lines. So clothes kind of accentuate people's lines.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it adds more depth. More depth to a 3D image that you're seeing when you're mind. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, Tom always likes like a little bit of clothes.
Yeah, some clothes. Yeah, if it's totally nude, then it almost kind of looks flat.
It's
like
not
the
quite,
colors are flat. It's not
quite as cool.
Not quite as 3D.
Well, because there's not a contrast.
There's not a contrast, right?
It's just all flesh tone.
Well, you're right. One of the things about thigh-high stockings is that it delineates where the leg begins and ends, and then it also kind of accentuates the circumference of the thigh.
Yeah.
And then you see a colored region versus a flesh-toned region, and there's like a contrast between that. So it's kind of like, it's sexier.
Yeah.
You know?
I wore my little knee socks to bed last night because it was cold, and he was like all into that.
Yeah, I was like, man, you're cute. Yeah, I was trying to get all into it, and then all of a sudden her nipple ring fell out and fucked it all up.
Man, it fucked it all up.
I was like,
this shit never falls out.
It fell out, and I had to go track that bitch down.
And like, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh man, one of your shit fell out. And then we had to like dig through the fucking bed to like find where it went. It's like 3 pieces, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's this thing at the post. With a ball and then another ball, and then like a little hangy thing.
Yeah, and then by the time we got all that solved, it was kind of like out of me. I was like,
I know. Then we were kind of like not in the mood anymore.
It's not really,
because we had to dig through
too much rationality.
It took like 20 minutes to like find the fucking because it's tiny.
Yeah,
and then he had to like get the flashlight and put it back in and
the little ball with the hole in it. Because then I needed to have fucking pliers to put all that shit back together.
Yeah, to tighten it.
To tighten it all up. You need tools.
Nipple piercings, y'all.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say, like, the ones that I have, these are the ones that I wear pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
I tried wearing rings for a little while. That shit hurts. Really, like, the bars are better. Like, the bars are much easier to get in and out. The ones that are curved, it's, like, are really painful. Granther says, my wife and I saw Send Help today. Poop your pants, scary fun it was. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good shit about that. That's the new Sam Raimi movie, by the way.
says, I'm going to Chile, Argentina, and Uruguay in March. You're going to love it. I've been to all those countries. I fucking loved it. Montevideo. I went to fucking Santiago. And fucking that place, man. South America is like the fucking parallel universe Europe. It's very cool there. You're gonna like it. Now I know that you're a man who enjoys the company of other men, and that's what I'm gonna say. That's how I'm being political about your like gay ass and what made you gay. Okay, but
glory holes.
You and your glory holes and all that fucking nasty shit y'all homos do. But I'm just trying to say, down there, I don't know anything about the gay scene, but I would assume based on fucking the straight scene that's going on, they're probably pretty good clubs there.
I would think.
Probably good.
And the gay clubs are always better.
Yeah. So you'll have fun there.
Tanya says, "Oh my God, Jenny, I have swallowed about 3 tongue rings. They were nice too, Daniel."
You said this?
Tanya did.
Tanya, you're still there?
Yeah. See,
did Tanya ever answer me what the name of that damn show was?
Yeah, she said it. She said she sent you a link and she sent me a link.
Okay.
So just check your Facebook.
I was gonna plug here.
She said it was called. She said up here, but I've Lizette and something. Lizette and question mark. I can't.
All right.
She couldn't remember, but she sent us a link. Yeah, it's just like these. Like I said, I had some rings for a little while, and they were just really painful. I don't know why. They weren't really fat or anything, but I've had a lot better luck with the bars. But the bars are like kind of a pain because, you know, they have a ball on each end, and you have to take the ball, and the ball is like really, really small, you know, and you have to like tighten it on there. And these ones that I have are like, it's a bar across, they're silver, and then it has like a little U-shaped thing that has like these little kind of pearlescent beads on it. And I wear these like pretty much all the time, and they stay in really good. Every now and then, like maybe once every 6-9 months, like one will get loose and like fall out. One time I had it fall out in the shower, and luckily I saw it happen, so I was like, whoa, and I put my foot over the drain so like it didn't go down the drain. So I fixed it. But for whatever reason, like last night I don't even know when it fell out. I didn't feel it.
Yeah. I just started sucking on a nipple and the ring was gone.
And then he's like, "What?
What the fuck? Where did that shit go?"
He's just so used to the ring being
there. And
he's like, "Wait, where'd it go?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ah, shit, we gotta find it." Then we had to like dig through the fucking whole bed like to find. And it's like I said, it's 3 pieces, and they're very small.
No, Slay. So, we're not talking about Spain. We're talking about the very southern part of South America: Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, and Argentina. All right. People don't realize if you turn the globe upside down and look at the South Pole, you'll see how little is there, how far away all that shit is. It's a whole other world, man. You're just gonna have Antarctica and like a fucking strip of fucking Argentina and fucking Chile coming to it, and then you're gonna have Paraguay and Uruguay there, and that area of the world is very remote and it's very European. You go there and you're like, man, this is like, it's like Spain. I don't want to say the people are very white. Now you have Germans there, Irish there, everything. Now you have some of the original Indians, but they've kind of like mixed in with people, and they're just very light skinned. They're very pretty people there. And I don't know, some of them almost kind of look Chinese, but just go look at people that live in that area. You can find it on Google. And they're just it's kind of a quiet place. Really good food. Beautiful country. Totally forgotten. You know, the northern hemisphere and the Western world seems to kind of like forget about that place. Now that's where, after World War II, that's where all the Nazis went to go hide, and they stayed there for a few generations. They had prodigy, but a lot of them left. A lot of them are back in Germany now, but they went there because it was so much like Europe. Really good wine, good food. Evidently, they're trying to get the economy straightened out. Argentina, at one time, I think it was back in the 60s, was one of the richest countries per capita in the world. You know, fucking, you're not talking about Honduras, you know, which is fucked up, you know, or Nicaragua. It's not fucked up and war-torn like that. They're very peaceful, very well-organized, you know, countries. They're just, they're nice. They're nice. But fucking, when you come back, man, fucking, I want a full report of what it's like now. I guarantee you will love the food. And if you go to them gay clubs, you're going to have a good time.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiny says, Lizette and, ampersand, is the YouTube page. Don't know how to share it here, but
Lizette?
then she shared the link there.
Yeah.
Lizette with a Z. She shared the link there. Granther says, question, should I get a Prince Edward piercing for my wife, or would it cause more problems than worth it? I mean, I don't know. Probably not.
Okay, so it's a YouTube channel called Lizette and with a question mark. That's the name of the channel. And it's a Norwegian couple doing live streams of fucking doing requests and doing metal and entertaining. It's a good show. I enjoyed it.
Would you get a Prince Edward piercing, Tom?
No.
No, of course not.
No.
I will say that I have a high pain tolerance, but the nipple piercing was one of the worst.
Yeah, and I did it.
Yeah. Maybe the second or third. Yeah. I think the first worst pain I had, because I've never had kids, because I'm sure childbirth is horrible, but the worst pain I ever experienced was when I was younger. I used to get ear infections like all the fucking time. So my hearing's not good still to this day. And I went to the doctor when I was a kid, and they had to take a sample from somewhere inside my ear. And they took this big, long thing and, like, stuck it in my ear. And for real, it felt like it was going all the way inside my fucking head. I don't know how it didn't. And my mom was with me. And she said, you didn't make a noise or anything. But she's like, your whole face just went white. Like, she's like, I just saw the color drain out of your face. Because it was, like, super, super painful. I couldn't believe it. But she's like, but you didn't yell, you didn't make a noise or anything like that. Your face just went really, really pale. And I was like, yeah, that really hurt. And then I think the second thing that was more painful than this was one time, but it's too much information probably, but it's like I had a UTI and I didn't have the money to get it fixed, and it went to my kidneys. And so I ended up having to go to the emergency room, and that was...
Damn.
Wow, that was really, really bad. I couldn't believe how fucking bad that hurt. But the nipple piercing was probably number 3. Not quite as painful as the kidney infection, but it was up there for sure. And I almost passed out. Like, when we first started doing... Because Tom did it. And, he saw a tutorial and figured it out, and he got all the right shit and everything. And I was sitting up at first when he did it, and I at least had the wherewithal, like when he first started doing it. And I said, dude, I'm gonna black out, so so we're gonna need to like lay down and do this, because I would have just slumped over. So I at least had enough warning to do that. Sometimes I don't, because I have just blacked out without any warning, which is a little alarming. But that time I at least had time to be like, I'm gonna pass out. I need to lay down. So yeah. But I think those are the 3 most painful things. Like I said, I haven't had children, so I'm sure that would have probably been up there. But those are the 3 like worst pains that I can remember. Grimther says ear pain is horrible. Yeah, I don't know what my problem was. Like when I was a teenager, I used to get ear infections like all the time, and I don't get sick hardly ever. I have like an ironclad immune system, but for some reason I just got a lot of. It's like my ears would bleed and like all this, and I was like, what the fuck? And like finally, I think my mom took. I don't remember how old I was. I was probably like, I don't know, 13, 14, something like that. And maybe older. No, maybe not. I think I might have been still in elementary school now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. But she finally took me to the doctor for it, and they gave me like 3 different medications. I remember it being 3 different pills. And the 2 of them were okay, but I had a problem like swallowing pills because back then I had like bad gag reflex, so it's like I'd always kind of barf them back up. And the worst one was they gave me these pills. I don't remember what the drug was, but it was very sulfur. Like the pills they were capsules and they were yellow, and it must have been the main ingredient must have been sulfur, because that's what they tasted like sewage and they smelled like sewage. So it's like, so I had a bitch of a time getting one of those fucking things down every day. Like, every day I'd put it in my mouth, I'd be like, and it would just, like, want to come back up. Ugh, and they were big. Man, it was like, I don't miss that fucking... I don't really have a lot of trouble with my ears anymore, but for whatever reason, I had, like, a lot of trouble with my ears. That was really the only thing that I had trouble with, like, my whole life. Like I said, I never got the flu. I don't even remember if I ever had the flu. But I must have at some point. Even when I got chickenpox, like when I was a kid and everybody got chickenpox, I had 3 spots for like a day. And then like it went away. Oh, let's put some calamine lotion on that. And then the next day I was like, oh, okay, it's gone. You know? It was like that. So, but yeah, for some reason my ears were always kind of fucked up. But, yeah, Tanya says, don't try to endure. That can literally be deadly, Jen. UTIs can go to the kidneys and the bloodstream. Yeah, that's what, it was dumb. But like I said, I was broke. And, you know, U.S. healthcare system. It's great. That's sarcasm. I couldn't afford to go to the doctor. And I was like, maybe it'll just go away. I'll just drink a lot of cranberry juice. I will say that I do take a cranberry supplement. And that does help. But I still get one every year. A UTI, I mean. But it's not like it used to be. I used to get them a lot more.
Tanya's still with us, and damn girl, it's got to be 4 o'clock where you're at. Thank you for staying with us so long, though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I would never do that again. Nowadays, I've had so many of them.
I'd have gone to the fucking emergency room.
Well, I did, eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
I had to. Because I was just like, look, I think I'm going to die. Like, we really have to. Because it was just like, that was the worst pain. It was one of the worst pains I've ever experienced. I can't even describe it. And so, yeah, I wouldn't do that now. But I've had so many. The good thing about having so many of them is that you can feel when you're going to get one. You know what I mean? Like, the first day you're like, oh, shit. So, like, you can take some preventative measures. Like I said, start taking, like, go get a big thing of ocean spray, like cranberry juice, chug that motherfucker, like, do that. Just keep chugging it. Keep chugging it, keep peeing, just keep, drink, like, fuck tons of water. Shit like that. Just do that.
This is how cool this part of Florida is. Jen says, man, I'm coming down with UTI. I need you to go up to fucking CVS and get some cranberry juice and these pills.
Yeah, they're called Azo or whatever they're called.
And I show up, I go down to fucking CVS, and there was a fucking woman there with a little girl. She's probably 35, and she's a little fucking 5-year-old girl with her, and it says, I need help of a woman. And she's like, what? And
you asked a lady at the CVS?
Yeah, she was there. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I said, my wife's got, she said she's starting to feel like she's coming down with UTI.
Yeah, it's a very
She said she needs some pills and some fucking things. She goes, I'm going to show you what to get.
She knew exactly what you meant.
She said, get her this.
I think pretty much every woman be like,
I was like, thank you.
I'm going to help you.
and she was like saluting. She did her duty.
We've all been there.
Exactly what it was.
We've all been there.
She goes, because you kind of gave me some general stuff. I need something for pills for UTI. So I just saw a customer in there with her little girl, and I says, I need a woman's help.
It's like,
she immediately was like,
I'm not
yes,
being
sir.
weird, I promise.
Yes, sir. Yeah. My wife said
that's so cute.
My wife said she's coming down with
that.
UTI. She needs some kind of pills with fucking cranberries. She's like, I know.
Yeah, see, I couldn't remember what they were called.
Yeah.
I said it's like a cranberry pill. I said, but I couldn't remember. They're called Azo.
Yeah.
I know what they're called now.
No, she pulled me around and she goes, get her that.
Yeah.
And then go get some of that shit right there, and then it should be fine.
Yeah. Look, even the few times when I've had it and like I had to go to like the urgent care.
Yeah.
They will even tell you. Actually, I think I even went to the CVS or Walgreens urgent care clinic, and they charge you like $75, and that was like a long time ago, so it's probably more than that now. But when you go there, that's the first thing they will ask you. Did you take Azo?
Yeah.
Say you did.
Yeah.
You have to tell them. It's like, even if you didn't, they're like, say you did, and then we'll give you antibiotics. They give you antibiotics, and they give you like some like a pain killer.
Yeah.
And it turns your pee orange.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I get so many of these motherfucking things.
But your sister fucking helped you out. As soon as I said I need a woman's help, she's like, yes,
like I said,
really? And I said, my wife.
Like I said, if you're not being weird, most women will, their hearts will melt.
They knew exactly
because they will be like, oh my god, this man.
Yeah.
Is here like buying stuff for his wife that is fucking awesome, and a lot of them are probably thinking, "Man, my husband wouldn't do that."
Yeah. No, she went, "Come here." She'd point.
Get that,
and then take that, and she's gonna be okay. You tell her I said hello. I told you, but I gave it to you.
That's fine.
She said, you tell her I say hello.
That's like, we'll see. I think we should know. It's like every time you see a dude like in CVS or Walgreens or something like that, like buying tampons, I'm just like, you go, man. Yeah. You go. Like people like used to pick on them. I'm like, what?
No, you're helping your woman.
That's like the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's emergency.
Every other woman
emergency medical fucking support.
That's a green flag right there. Yeah. Every girl that sees that is like, oh, look at that. That's like almost as good as a dude with like a kitty or a puppy or something. Tanya says, what is Azo? It's this, it's like a pill that has like a cranberry supplement. It's for UTIs. And what happens is, so when you first start feeling the symptoms of a UTI, which if you've had them, many of them as I have, you immediately recognize, you're like, oh fuck, because they're the worst. They're very painful. So as soon as you feel that, you're like, man, go down to CVS and get me some of this shit like right now. And it's over the counter. Like, it's not cheap. I will say that.
No, it wasn't cheap. I remember.
I think it's like $25 or something like that.
I spent like $30.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Then I got some cranberry juice.
Yeah, so I'm like, go down there and get those pills. I couldn't remember what they're called, but they're called Azo. And get a big fucking thing of Ocean Spray cranberry juice. None of the cranberry shit with the sugar. Get the pure cranberry juice.
Oh, she snapped right too. She knew exactly what. Yeah. It was cute. It was cute.
Like I said,
she knew exactly what.
Women know.
Yeah.
Women know. We help sisters out.
The sisterhood was fucking.
I'm telling you, it's real. It's real. It's a thing.
I was in the sisterhood.
We get it. We get it. We've all been there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of the thing if you're in a bathroom and some chick's like, you hear a chick in the fucking stall. Oh shit! I'm like, honey, do you need a tampon? Yeah. You know what I mean? We know. We've been
DVD
there.
Dragon just sent us $10. Thank you very much, DVD Dragon. It's early in the night. We're just starting to have fun here.
The riddle of the back arch. It is not about the flexibility or the butt.
Yeah.
Leather fades. Weak drinks are served. DJs play bad sets.
Okay.
The power of the power bottom comes from the man, not the back arch. That's really deep, man.
So the man himself actually causes the arch to happen. I'm not totally with it yet.
I still can't do that.
I'm not gay enough. Man. I mean, if I was a little bit gayer, maybe I'd understand. I saw the photos. I was impressed. I tried to replicate. I couldn't replicate.
And I'm a girl, and I also
couldn't replicate. He's just like.
I was also impressed. I was
like, how the hell?
He must do yoga or something.
Yeah, he's doing some yoga.
Holy cow! I used to do like acrobatics and shit, and I still can't do that. So, just saying. Zach says, I like cranberry juice just because it tastes good. Well, it's very dry. I like it with vodka in it, although that's true of most things. But that's true of most beverages.
Yeah, vodka's good in everything, man.
I mean, pretty much. Well, that's why vodka is the best liquor, because it doesn't really have a taste of its own other than alcohol. So you can mix it with pretty much anything, and it's still pretty good. But I do kind of like the cranberry.
I'm rereading that shit again. DVD Dragon, you are a master of fucking homo.
That dude's hilarious.
You are a master of homoerotica. I gotta fucking read this shit.
He posts like some funny fucking shit.
The riddle of the back arch.
Yeah, like the riddle of steel, but
it's not about the flexibility of the butt. Leather fades. Weak drinks are served. DJs play bad sets. The power of the power bottom comes from the man, not the back arch.
Yeah.
So you're saying that so what you're saying is that sometimes the value of a man's ass doesn't have anything to do with the way he arches it. So he doesn't have to arch it. It's just the man itself is always going to take it. So
it is better.
So what he's saying is that you can be hot without having to replicate the back arch.
I don't know. I disagree.
I think that's what he's saying. I think that's what he's saying.
Oh my god. Tanya says, "Oh, that's so sweet."
Daniel Craig's back arch. No, excuse me. It was Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's back arch. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy back
is hot.
My gay friends here on the fucking channel sent me a copy.
It was Zach that sent
Zach sent me that shit.
It was from Tom Hardy's
MySpace page.
That's how
back
old this shit
before he was fucking
youngsters
famous.
Would be like, "What's MySpace?"
Was taking selfies through the fucking mirror reflection of him next to his bed of his back arch. He wasn't nude, but he was arching the back, trying to get a job in Hollywood.
He's
trying to get a job in Hollywood.
You couldn't see anything though.
You couldn't really see anything, and it was a magnificent back arch. As a straight man, I could go. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there going, I'm like getting the fucking protractor out, and I'm like, look at that angle. Holy crap!
Back arch worthy of any fucking female stripper. Okay.
Like I said, I'm a girl and I can't even do it. So.
Damn, that's how he got all those jobs in Hollywood.
I guess.
Yeah. But no, I love
he got all those jobs in Hollywood because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he can act. I love Tom Hardy. He's a fucking great actor.
Yeah, he's rad.
It's my favorite modern actor.
Yeah, I'll watch anything. That bitch is in.
He selects his projects well. Venom. Fucking.
He's funny in that. Everything he was in.
Everything he did. Fucking Bronson.
Yeah. Please watch Bronson if you
haven't. Yeah, I liked all his movies. Now they said the one with the biker one. They said it was
the bike riders.
The bike riders.
Yeah, like that looks kind of good because I like kind of biker movies. I guess from all the ones that I saw on MST, like all the '50s bikers movies.
I'll watch.
That looks kind of. It is. I think it's free. It might be on Amazon Prime or Hulu or something. Because I think I saw it when I was scrolling the other day, and I was like, yeah, because I kept seeing the trailer, and I was like, that looks pretty good. Based on a true story, right?
We were coming across this. Look, we got people from the UK in the chat as we're watching Fallout. It keeps surfacing that a lot of these actors in all the fucking series are actually British, and I said, Jan, I'm telling you,
it blew my fucking mind. I did not realize that Ella Purnell, the main chick in it, is British. And also, the one that plays Dane...
Yeah.
Also British.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that either.
I have a background in drama. Me and Grampers went to the same little fucking drama class together. Fucking, it was a good drama class. Fucking, we had famous people come out of that. The Marilyn Rice Cub, my ex-girlfriend, she's fucking making movies and shit. And so I know good acting when I see it, and I'm fucking gonna say the British are actually the best when it comes to acting in English.
They take it a lot.
They take it a lot more seriously. Their schools are better,
and a lot of their actors are like normal looking.
They're normal and
like, or they look like regular people.
And they will take.
That's a good thing.
They will take the time to actually perfect a dialect or an accent to a region, and they fucking roll with it, and they get it right.
Because I was watching Fallout, I had no idea that a bunch of those actors are British. No idea.
A lot of American actors are not like that. They're more... The B-movie actors, they're on set depending on how well they blow, how much ass they can get, fucking how much cocaine they can provide. There's all kinds of weird shit. You know, they're crooks. And then some of the big actors, it's casting.
Well, it's just how good they look.
How good they look and how much they...
No one cares if they can actually act or not.
How hard they can suck fucking, what's his name, fucking dick. Fucking, the dude, what was that dude that went to jail for a while?
Which one? You're really not narrowing it down.
The one that was hitting on fucking shit. What was that guy's name?
I have no idea. Who, Weinstein?
Not Weinstein. Fuck.
I'm not really sure. Give me a hint. Give me a clue.
Who is the guy that was in Fight Club? That's fucking just. That was his hottest movie.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's wife, fucking Angelina Jolie. Yeah.
Okay.
He was the one. He was trying to. I'm gonna fucking hand it to Brad Pitt. Okay. Dude hit on fucking Angelina Jolie's fucking. Tried to get a hand job from her and do what he does and fucking. And fucking Brad Pitt fucking bowed up on him and says, "You stay fuck away from my wife." And you know what I mean. A lot of actors wouldn't do that.
I always heard that. I mean, I think Brad Pitt is kind of okay. I don't know. Like, if y'all have heard anything else.
I think he's okay.
I've heard that he's kind of dirty.
He's dirty. He don't take showers.
But I think, like, which, you know, that's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah.
But I've heard as a person that he's kind of okay.
Yeah.
For someone who has a bajillion dollars.
What's the guy's name? You guys are going to drop it in there.
I'm not
Harvey Weinstein. Oh. That's right.
I just said that.
Yeah, Harvey. I remember that. Harvey Weinstein, yeah. Harvey Weinstein was trying to fucking... He was cracking a lot of them chicks, you know what I mean?
And who the hell wants to touch that fucking Jabba the Hutt looking
nasty looking motherfucker? They said he'd be jerking off into the plants and fucking making women jerk him off into the fucking...
Oh, I don't doubt
into
it.
the plastic plants and his
It's always... And I kind of feel like it's always these old, gross, fat dudes because they're always just kind of like... I think they get off on...
Power.
Yeah, because I'm just... I'm making her do it. I know she doesn't want to do it because I'm old, gross, and fat.
Well, he wasn't that old when that was happening.
But he was still kind of gross and fat, though.
40s, probably. Yeah, nasty. We had all that money and all that power. But, okay, I had it explained to me by some Hollywood people that say, you have to understand, Weinstein had the ability to fucking hand jobs out to these actors that
he was a
millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, he was a hugely powerful producer. He produced like every fucking movie.
If you wanted to
that
work
came out in a certain time frame
and get that millions and millions of dollars, he could give you fucking $4 million on a fucking movie, and you got bills to pay, you got this mansion to pay for. You could be famous as fuck, but your shit isn't paid for.
Yeah,
you need that job that fucking Weinstein can fucking offer you. And he knew that, so he would use that as leverage.
So he would take advantage.
I want you in this movie, but you're going to have to jerk me off, or you're going to have to blow me, or whatever. If they don't do this shit, those girls are out of business.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that that's Angelina Jolie. Without acting, she'd be a hooker.
I mean, that's her job.
That's her job. She would
well, it's just the same. You have to think of it as, because I know people say, oh, Hollywood, but you have to think of it as like any industry.
They're right off the street.
Well, it's any industry where like your boss that has control over your money and your livelihood.
You got to do what
you have to do this, or you're not going to make any money and you're going to fucking starve.
You're going to go out of business and you're
people have less sympathy for Hollywood because it's obviously like a lot, their paychecks are obviously a lot bigger than ours, but it's kind of the same situation.
Here's the pattern, and this has been going on since, the 20s.
Earlier, probably. As soon as movies fucking started.
You're a Hollywood actress. You're making a lot of money. You're now no longer needed. You have to go. The shit you were living in is not paid for.
Yeah.
You're now living in a hotel.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Are you going to go wash dishes and be a waitress? No. You're going to be an escort.
And to be fair...
So you're going to be a hooker.
It's like, it's not great now, but it's like back in the 20s and stuff like that, it was worse because they were kind of like, once you were like 25 or something like that, you were washed up. They were like looking for the next one.
Louise Brooks, as cute as she was and as much respect I had for her, even though she was a fucking slut, admitted fucking slut, she was an empowered slut. I liked her. She, after Hollywood chewed her up, she was an escort. She became a hooker.
What else are you going to do?
Because she couldn't go back. What is she going to do? Right. She going to be a waitress?
That's what I mean. What are you going to do?
Because that was all she was qualified for, was to act.
And kind of the sucky thing, too, is that, especially if you were as big a star as her, like, she'd be recognized.
Yeah, she couldn't be in public.
So if you, you can't really go just get a regular job, because everybody knows
I feel so bad for her.
About you.
I feel so bad for her because she grew her hair out so you wouldn't recognize her. And she hung out in hotels and fucked college boys.
Yeah.
They would just show up because the agency would send them and she just fucked a college boy. Or just random motherfuckers.
Like I said, what the fuck else?
Because she couldn't work anything else.
Yeah.
So that was the power that guys like Weinstein have over megastars.
And like I said, it sucks now, but it was way worse back then. Way worse.
Yeah.
I would argue.
Back in the 30s, it was way worse. Yeah.
They owned your ass.
They owned you.
And like I said, in the half-life or the lifespan of like actresses was much shorter.
Yeah.
Back then, like now, you know, you could still like actresses are still like pulling in like when they're in their 40s and 50s because of plastic surgery and various other things. Like they still look good. But back then, like once you were 25, like fuck
you were done.
Yeah, you were done.
Traditionally, an American actress was recruited in Hollywood from the ghettos outside of Hollywood on purpose.
Yeah.
They wanted you to be broke.
Yeah.
That way they would have total control over you.
Because you would appreciate.
Yeah. And then they'd throw you away when they were done with you. And you had no way of making a living without them. And they fell into prostitution and escorting, most of them.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the 1800s when actresses were hookers. That was the thinking of the fucking time. It was a shame because in the specific case of Louise Brooks, she was a very interesting and intelligent young girl.
Yeah, we did a show about her.
And very cute, pretty.
It's a shame.
And what they did to her was a fucking crime.
Yeah.
And because of what they did to her, actually, that's why the guild started to form.
It wasn't just her. It was Boris Karloff, like a whole bunch of other actors.
Well, they supported it.
Yeah.
But they were supporting it because of what happened to her and a few others.
Yeah, because everybody's like, man, this is fucked up.
That was a good actress, and you guys threw her to the wolves.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, they saw what was going on. So, yeah, they started, like, unionizing. But, yeah, that might be a good show, too. Started Screen Actors Guild. But like I said, we did do a show about Louise Brooks. Because she's like a fascinating
character. I'm a fan of Louise Brooks.
Yeah, same.
And she did and said a lot of cool shit. And
she was a really interesting person.
And she was very kind of like goth. She's
very goth.
And very independent. And she made a lot of cool European movies.
Very ahead of her time.
Way ahead of her time. And they just threw her away. Because she didn't want to fuck a dude.
Yeah.
There was a producer
and good for her.
That wanted to fuck her. She's like, I don't want.
She had principles.
I don't want to fuck this dude. I don't like that dude. And they blackballed her because of that.
I mean, she was willing to like fucking suffer.
Yeah.
For that shit, which, like I said, I admire that. Yeah. Actually.
But it cost her. She ended up being a hooker. It did.
But.
So it backfired.
It was worth it. Well, I mean, I guess it was worth it to her. I guess she'd rather do that than.
I think she wanted to go back to Hollywood. Actually, I think she wanted to go back to Hollywood. But I understand. In the moment, I probably wouldn't. I probably done the same thing.
Yeah, same.
You know, I'd be like, "Fuck you! I ain't fucking you." But in the minds of the Hollywood scene, she got too big for her britches because they recruited her from poverty.
Yeah.
They wanted them to be slaves. Basically.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And they used them as hookers. They would say, look, this next film, we need a lot of money to make your next film. So you're going to hang out with this millionaire for about a week. Go entertain him.
You know what that means.
Yeah.
Go entertain him.
He's going to fund your next film. They
like
pimped you out to this dude.
Motherfucker looked like Jabba the Hutt.
They just pimped you out to this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's
like
what they did.
Like some 80-year-old man or something.
So I'm not a huge fan of Hollywood, even though their products I thought at times were great. But it was an evil system.
I mean, the artistry shines through sometimes.
Yeah.
When you get people with an actual vision and stuff.
Yeah.
But
it came and went.
The industry itself, although I would argue that like a lot of industries, I kind of feel like it's all on a spectrum, obviously. So I feel like that's like at the highest, end of the spectrum because of the money that's involved. But all industries kind of exploit people to a greater or lesser extent.
Laura says it all started with Maryland, risky business. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, baby.
Oh, I remember that. Victor says Nancy Reagan was famous for her blowjobs. Yeah, she was.
Nancy Reagan was famous for blowjobs?
Yeah, she had a nickname. Oh, what was it? Shit, man.
Was she an actress?
No, she was married to Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, but
she was the first lady.
How did she get famous for blowjobs?
I'm not sure, but yeah. Do you guys remember what was her nickname? She had a nickname. Oh, and I just saw somebody mention it like a few days ago, and now I can't remember what it is because I'm too drunk.
You would think you'd have to be an actress to get famous for blowjobs.
I don't even remember how her and Ronald Reagan got together. Yeah, David. Yeah, okay. So David Brown said, she was an actress.
She was an actress.
She just wasn't like super famous, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, famous for blowjobs though. Shit, no, dudes would be up for that. Yeah, okay. What are you talking about, man? These are men. And like, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Men are simple creatures.
Yeah.
Wait, who's this blowjob queen that I just heard about? But like, what was her fucking... Man, what was her nickname? She had a nickname. And it was kind of funny, but I can't think of what it was. That's like pissing me off. And like, I literally just read it like 3 or 4 days ago. Yeah, there's all these actresses who lived in 90, got out of Hollywood in their 30s. Yeah, it's just kind of like I said, it's kind of shitty. You know, it's shitty still, but I would never argue that it's shittier now than it was back in the fucking 20s and 30s. Because they would use you up. We did a show about Judy Garland. Holy crap. The shit they did to that poor girl. I mean, all of the actresses they had in the 20s and 30s, you pretty much, your shelf life was a few years, maybe. When you were a teenager, you were like 18, 19, 20. And they would like put you on diet pills. They would just like, you're getting kind of fat. Like, you need to lose 5-10 pounds or something like that. And they would just keep picking at you about it. And like, they would always like just fucking wholly redo your whole shit and everything like that. And they were just constantly like picking at you. And after a few years, they're like, well, you know, there's a new young one coming out now, so you're old hat now. We talked about when we reviewed, I think it was, we did a show about Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. And I think we might have talked about this on that show too. I like the old Hollywood shows that we do, actually. It's kind of an interesting topic. When they did Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, very famous movie. Great movie, by the way. We also reviewed it separately.
I love that movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie. That hadn't really been much done before, where you had like actresses that were old, like in a movie, like, you know, because movies up to then, you'd like, the dudes could be old, that's fine, but you had to have like some hot young ingenue in the movie. Like, you couldn't have old women, like, especially like old quote unquote has-beens. Like, that was kind of, I don't know if it was completely unheard of, but it was very unusual.
Yeah. So
that was kind of like, I feel like that was the first movie in the quote unquote hagsploitation genre.
David Brown said that fucking
throat goat. That's what it was.
Throat goat.
The throat goat.
They called her the throat goat.
That's what it was.
Throat goat. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, man.
That's what I was trying to think.
God,
of.
She sounds interesting.
Throat goat.
I want to know how this happened, man. Tell me more about that. Nancy Reagan was the throat goat.
Wait, now you want Nancy Reagan to blow you?
But the thing is
her psychic is going to tell you that's probably not a good idea.
Well, she's dead. She's dead, but I'm just saying
she's dead, right?
This happened probably when Nancy Reagan. I'm sure this is when Nancy Reagan was a hot young thing.
Was young, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just going like, she was the throat goat. Fuck.
That's what it was. Thank you for reminding me, because I was like,
that's
man,
exactly what they called it.
It was I was like, man, it was such a funny nickname, and I just heard it. That's what it was. It was.
Man,
that's what they called her.
Fucking Reagan had it, man. He was getting some good head, man. Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No. Sounds cool.
I had heard it before, and then I'd forgotten about it.
Is it legitimate, or it just made
up? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that was her name.
Yeah.
That was her name.
She's probably cute as shit. Could fucking swallow a fucking snake. Yeah. Hell yeah. Cool.
I can't believe
girl had skills.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
How could I not? What made you think I would know that?
I don't know. It seems like something you would know.
No, never heard of that. I don't give a shit about fucking Nancy Reagan.
Well, I don't either, but it's just kind of like, for some reason, through
I've seen her
osmosis.
I only know her as just like this weazened up old lady, little skinny old chick.
Well, yeah, but like all the wizened old ladies were once
they were all hot, yeah, but you know, I'm just.
I mean, they weren't all hot, obviously.
You know what I'm saying? But she probably was hot.
Everybody was young at one time.
Yeah. They called her the throat goat.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Thank you for telling, because I was
mad respect.
I had forgotten.
Mad respect. I'd like to get that on video.
I'm sure there's.
I'd like to see that. Yeah.
There's video of it somewhere.
No, they didn't have video back then.
That's true. If everybody had phones back then, she'd have been like all over the place.
I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I'm not judgmental.
DVD Dragon says, "Say no to drugs, but yes to throat goat."
Yeah. Yeah. No, I appreciate horror skills. I fucking love it.
You appreciate horror skills.
Hell yeah. Huge admirer. There got guys that are sensitive about that, like, you know, fucking, no, she must be bad. No, what are you talking about?
Tom likes bad girls.
Yeah, I like bad girls. I've had a lot of experience with women that were known for shit, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. There's a reason for it.
Well, I'm also not... Because I feel like women are kind of demonized.
Their sexuality is demonized. Like, you're a slut.
Like if dudes like sleep with a lot of chicks, people are like, yeah. But like women do it, they're like, oh, you know what I mean?
I'm not
like
that.
Yeah, you're not like that.
No, I'm not
like that either. I don't... That's dumb. It's a stupid double standard.
Well, what it is that a lot of kind of normie guys are not real secure in their sexual prowess. So what they think is they're thinking, well, shit, if I get involved with a woman that has a bunch of experience, she's know that I won't stack up real well against these other guys.
That's all it is.
I don't have that problem.
Well, no.
I just don't feel, I don't care. And I know I'm good. You know, especially when I'm in a good mood. You know, not everybody's super consistent, but I have a history of it. You know, when I was young too. You know, I was like, ah.
Well, in some ways, I know this is kind of weird because, like, you know, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave is here.
Who's here?
Dave.
Yeah, what's up, Dave?
Big little. Hey, you two. Sitting home with the wife, getting tattoos by the beautiful Susan Frame.
What's up, Susan?
Hey, Susan.
What's up, Susan?
Is Susan listening also?
Yeah.
She's doing your tattoo.
Yeah. Susan, fucking, we need to have
these days.
Susan, you need to come over to our house and give tattoos. I got some shit I need to do. I want to cover all this stuff up and have some new shit.
I think I remember we went down. Well, this was years ago. Remember we went down to the shop she was working at.
Yeah.
Across from.
Yeah.
Wasn't it across from Koi Wan?
It was across from Koi Wan. Yeah. Long time ago.
And like asking her about like covering up because I was trying to cover up my stretch marks.
Yeah. Those are gone now.
Yeah, I don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
I have like a bunch of tattoo ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. But yeah. So what were we talking about? Throw goat. Yeah.
Yeah. Throw goat. I didn't know that Nancy Reagan was a throw goat.
Yeah, that's like.
That's cool.
I'm just so glad somebody reminded me because I'm like, oh man, she had a nickname and it was so funny and I couldn't like think of what it was. Man, somebody just said it.
Man, I get so many messages from people.
I just read it the other day and that's what it was. Throat goat. But yeah.
Dimitri's messaging me.
So. Okay. I'm gonna say that it's like we've talked about this before, but it's like you know, I have a relatively low body count, and Tom has a very high body count, and you know, so obviously there's gonna be some insecurity on my part because of that.
Oh, what? Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, it's kind of better because he's kind of like, yeah, been there, done that, you know. So it's just kind of like. You've been through all the stuff. You don't feel like you missed out on anything or...
Time I was out of high school, man, I was fucking...
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe dudes that, you know, cheat or, like, want to do weird shit behind their wives' backs and stuff like that, I think that's maybe because they didn't do that shit when they were younger. And they feel like they missed out on something, maybe. You know? Mm. And you don't... And I feel like you don't really have that...
No, I don't really
feeling.
Care. I don't
really care. Yeah, because like I said, you're just like, yeah, okay, I've already done that.
I like bad girls. I don't you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother
me. But not girls.
Not so bad I can't trust them.
Right.
If I don't trust you, then no.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Yeah, David Brown said Nancy Reagan dated Clark Gable. I don't think I ever read that actually. Yeah, she was around at the time. But yeah.
Hey, you guys going to the club tomorrow?
Who are you talking to?
Susan.
Well, yeah, we're okay. You talking to Dave?
Yeah, Susan and Dave. I'm drinking.
Y'all never come to Saturday though.
Yeah, I guess they don't come.
I love Saturdays. That's my favorite. Lori says Tom's so bad. Oh, David Brown also says Nancy Reagan was in the 1953 sci-fi film Donovan's Brain. Was she really? I don't remember that. I saw that movie when I was a kid. I don't remember her being in it. I guess I didn't recognize her. Oh, Dave says Barbarella's. Yes, they are going. It's Toby's birthday.
Yeah, Toby's birthday.
It's Toby's birthday. Everybody has to come.
Yeah. That's Susan. Susan, I'm showing you a picture. Showing you a picture, Susan. Although Susan isn't a blonde anymore.
When was she blonde?
She's been blonde a couple times.
I don't remember her being blonde.
Yeah, Susan's not blonde anymore. Susan's got black hair now.
That's what she looks like, though.
Yeah.
So she has black hair.
Yeah. She looked like that. She's a cute little thing.
That's
tiny.
also a good picture.
She's tiny. She's probably, what, 5'1"?
Well, she's shorter than me, and I'm 5'2".
Okay, so she's
5'2", 5'3".
Maybe she's probably 5 foot tall.
5'3" I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lori said Nancy Reagan died. Yeah. What,
She died a long time ago.
Somebody said, I think she died in 2016.
Yeah.
I think they said.
Susan, look at you. When was the last time you were blonde?
I don't remember her being blonde.
Yeah, she's blonde a long time.
I mean, you might have been.
Yeah.
I was blonde for like 10 minutes.
That was 2020.
Okay. I was blonde for like 10 minutes before I dyed it bright red.
With her fucking silly ass hair. That's cute though. That's cute though. Susan, that's cute. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. I could not get away with that.
That's cute.
I could not get away with that. Yeah, Dave Brown said she died in 2016, Nancy Reagan. Yeah, it was pretty,
yeah, a long time ago.
That was a while back. Yeah, 10 years ago. Holy shit. Man, we should review Donovan's Brain. I remember kind of liking that movie. Dave says 5'3". Okay, wait.
Who said that?
Dave said that.
Dave said that about Susan?
That
She's
Susan
not
was
5'3".
Wait a minute. I'm 5'3". Well, yeah, but when I go out, I always have big boots on.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on what she's
So she might be the same height as me when I have bare feet.
Maybe.
That maybe is what it is.
I think she's.
But she always seemed
Susan, you're exaggerating.
She always seemed a little bit littler.
She always seemed to be littler.
Oh, Dave said stalking the Instagram. Stalking her Instagram?
Yeah, I don't have to stalk it. I'm friends with her.
I just remember her being little.
Yeah, I'm just showing everybody. Who said I was stalking her Instagram?
No, I think Dave said he was stalking her.
No.
Oh no, you're stalking her Instagram.
Who is?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. He doesn't. There's not a pronoun. I don't know who he's talking to. Okay. I'm gonna get another drink though.
No, I
It's Friday.
Yeah. No, I'm friends with her on her Instagram. I was just showing what she looked like. Susan, cute. Cute little thing. Last time I saw her was at, I think it was Abyss.
Yeah, we saw her.
Yeah, Abyss, right? Yeah. Yeah. Man, you missed the show. We were talking about fucking Robert E. Howard. We were talking about H.P. Lovecraft. And we got a show coming. We're going to do a show on the correspondence between Lovecraft and Robert E. Howard. And if you don't know who Howard is, he was the guy who wrote Conan. And he wrote Solomon Kane, which I know about the Solomon Kane character. There's been a few movies of it.
Just one movie. I think it was 2000.
Just one movie?
Yeah. 2009, I think it was.
They
were going to do a whole trilogy, but it didn't do well enough.
I want to listen to one of the Solomon Kane stories. It's all on YouTube.
Yeah, they got some of those.
Yeah.
Lori says, Jenny, you would be great blonde. Yeah, I did.
She once wore a light brown wig. It looked good.
I remember when I have white wigs.
Gray and black. It looked good, yeah.
And I have like a gray one that actually looks pretty cool. That's one of my favorite ones. I don't know if you have it on your Facebook.
Yeah.
It's probably on my Facebook. You could probably find it. But remember when I was going to dye my hair bright red and I had to bleach it beforehand. So I bleached because it was black. So I had to bleach it many, many, many times and burn my scalp and whatnot. And I took a couple pictures when my hair was blonde. Because I was like, woo, look, I'm not leaving it like this because I'm dyeing it red. But it looked kind of okay. So I kind of liked it, but I don't know if I'd leave it like that. But I do like, I have a wig. I've worn it on the show before. It's long and kind of wavy. And it's not white, but it's like grayish, like silver, kind of. And like black at the ends. And that looks kind of nice. You know, and I have white wigs and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not used to seeing myself as a blonde. It looks weird to me. I like being high contrast.
He said Nancy Reagan is blowing with angels now. that would make a cool video.
Is there porn of that somewhere? Probably.
Yeah, I'd jerk her to that. Yeah.
Of course you would.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Nancy Reagan.
That'd be hilarious.
She's got a T-shirt on that says "Say no to drugs."
Yeah. But she'd have to
like
be
a dare T-shirt.
But she had to be like between 25 and 35 though when she's doing that in the fucking video. I'm not into the fucking old ladies like that. Toothless old ladies.
I mean, she was like a old lady.
Yeah.
She didn't look like
I only remember her as a super old lady.
She was like a hot old lady.
I only remember her as a fucking super old lady.
It's just so funny to me that
she was called the throat goat.
Well, it's funny to me that she was so known for being like so uptight and like anti-drugs and anti-porn. Wasn't she like anti-porn too, or that was like,
I don't know.
People?
I don't think so.
She was like seemed super conservative and everything like that. And then like everybody was like, "Oh, you mean throat goat? Yeah, we knew all about her."
Well, that's all fucking acting though.
It's very performative.
It's all stage acting.
That's what I mean. So whenever anybody comes at me,
I don't even understand why people believe any of what they say.
Because the second somebody comes at me with any super religious shit or like any super,
they're not like that.
They're probably freakier than me, and that's saying something.
Yeah, man. I grew up in the South, man. Fucking girls who went to church. That was a sign that she was easy.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that was true everywhere.
Yeah. That was a hell.
And the more like uptight and religious they were, the weirder shit they were into.
Yeah. So that was kind of like known. So I don't really know why other people are. In Mississippi, that was just like known. Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, the more churchy they were, that was a sign that she's ready to give it up. Because that was the game. Yeah. That was just the camouflage game. Yeah. The stronger the game, the stronger that image, that was advertising. Yeah. She's advertising.
Then the weirder they were.
Yeah. It's like virtue signaling.
Because, like, look, it's like we look the way we look and do the shit that we do and talk the way that we talk. I don't feel like we're particularly freaky. Maybe next to, like, super vanilla people. Yeah. But it's just kind of like, I've heard of, like, people that are, like, super, super religious and say all this, that, and the other, but they're into, like, way freakier shit than I was. I was like,
no, I'm fucking...
The shit that they actually do, and I'm just like, bro.
I'm interested in fucking Susan coming over and doing some tattoo work, though. We're serious, Susan. Got a nice place here. Fucking, I'll make us something to eat. I'm not going to give you any booze while you're working. But, I want you sharp.
Well, not until after the tattoo.
But fucking, after you get done. But fucking, we did this here in one setting at our last house.
It took 10 hours.
And we paid all
I just wanted to get it done, like, in one.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to have to come back,
Right. I wouldn't mind something like that. We can hook you up. We got money.
I mean, I have some ideas. I want a whole back piece, but I don't think I can afford it, to be honest.
Well, you could probably... What you do is you do the outlines, the large outlines. You do that first, and then have her fill it in later.
But,
But we were looking for somebody that could work from indoors, because what's his name won't do it. What's his name? JR?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he is.
I asked him. I said, "Can you do in calls?" And he's like, "No."
They probably they tend not to because
It is not a secret technology, man.
No, but they don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
They don't want to get in trouble. I get it. I can't believe Nancy Reagan was in Donovan's brain, and I didn't even remember that. But it's been such a long time since I've seen that, Dave says, "I'm here, pimp." Manager, she says. Yeah, we'll have to set that up sometime. But yeah, you got come to Barbarella tomorrow. To be honest, like the 80s night is my favorite. We go like every Saturday. And we just have the best fucking time. Took me a little while to get acclimated to that venue, but it's better than the pickleball place, that's for sure. Fucking pickleball. Lori says, "I respected Nancy Reagan." I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about her. I remember her mostly from the 80s, and her anti-drug crusade, which I wasn't a big fan of, and her just being like super uptight, which, like I said, is really funny because I didn't know back then in the 80s that everybody called her throat goat. I didn't know about the throat goat thing. So, but it doesn't surprise me. Like, knowing it now, I'm like, yeah, that tracks. That's about how it usually turns out. But, I mean, in the 80s, she was kind of like the poster girl for super uptight, conservative. Like, that was like your mom's shit. You know what I mean? They were like, fucking with your drugs. I was a big druggie. I actually didn't do drugs until I was in my 30s. So, I was pretty boring when I was a teenager. Lori says, Jenny, you should adopt a child.
No, we don't even know. We got kitties, man. We
have fur children.
Yeah, no.
And that's more than enough. They're a handful.
Yeah, and they can't tell anybody about what they see. Because we've been fucking throwing down, and they'll try to get in the fucking bed. I'm like, what the hell you do? Come on, get.
We're just so used to it now.
Yeah.
Just kind of like we're doing, and then Pookie comes and like climbs on my head or something like. What are you guys doing?
What does all this mean? Fuck off the bed.
It's like get off the bed, Pookie. Very funny, but yeah, I can't really imagine. We're too old for that shit.
Too old for that shit.
Too old for that shit.
In my opinion, past 30, come on.
I mean, you're too tired.
Yeah, especially past 30 for a woman. Your chances. I mean, I've seen the statistics. Chances are you're not going to have one.
Well, no, like a lot of women do have them later, especially nowadays.
Yeah, no,
it's higher risk for sure.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. The statistics are, if you haven't had one by 30, you won't have one. That's just statistically. Each year, the statistics go.
Well, the thing about it is that most people that want them would have them.
Had them already, right?
Like by the time you get to 30, if you're kind of like unsure about it, you're like, fuck it, I don't.
And then by the time you're 30, you're kind of almost too smart for it. You're like, well, that costs too much money and all this.
I'm glad I never had any, to be honest.
I kind of agree with Jen, who Dimitri's wife. When her daughter got pregnant at what, fucking 17?
Yeah, she was 17.
She's like, no, this is the time. And like, what? She's like, that's when I had my first one. Well, get it over with.
My parents had me when they were 18.
Yeah, they're like...
They were just out of high school.
Yeah, and her...
Well, my mom was pregnant when she graduated. She had me in the September after the graduation.
Yeah. And she said, no, fucking... When they're young like that, they have them and then they have fun with them. And raise them.
Because you're still kind of
Because you're still a kid. And then by the time the kid's kind of grown up and taken care of itself, you're free.
You're still young enough
young enough to go have your own life. Shit. And I was just like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. But like I said, the thing about me is that even when I was a teenager, I grew up, it's not like I didn't have experience. I grew up around a lot of children. Like I said, my parents had me very young. I have 4 younger siblings. I had 4 million cousins. Well, at least like 20 or 30 cousins. They were always at our house. My parents ran a daycare. So I was around little kids all the time. So by the time I was 14, 15, I was like, yeah, not for me.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, you'll change your mind, blah, blah, blah. I never did, though. I really never did. Like when I got married the first time, when I was in my early 20s, we kind of thought about it, it'd be kind of cool, stuff like that. But they were like, nah, it really didn't sound like that much fun. And I was like, I don't really want to. And he's like, yeah, I don't really want to either. And I was just like, okay, cool, we're on the same page. And then by the time I met Tom, I was almost 40.
Yeah.
I think I've said this on the show before, but I did.
You met me. You were still in your 30s when you met me.
I was 38.
Because I was just turning 40.
I was 38. Well, you were probably like 41. I think because you're 3 years older than I am.
I probably first saw you when I was about 39.
Yeah, you're 3 years older than I am. And I remember I was about 38, I think. 37, 38 when I first met you.
Yeah, Laura said that my husband's Sly. I think probably the same Sly.
Yeah.
Had his at 35. Yeah. The men don't matter as much.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just talking about the average for women.
I mean, the sperm does degrade over time.
Yeah.
But not the same. As Victor points out, and he's a nurse, so he should know, women who get pregnant after 35 are classified as geriatric pregnancies. Yeah, like I got pregnant at, how old was I?
40-something.
2?
Yeah. We didn't have that one, though.
No.
Yeah.
And they told me that there was early signs of it's Down syndrome.
Problems, yeah.
But that's not always, because I've heard of other women that had children in their 40s and stuff like that were fine. There's just like a more of a chance of something going wrong.
The dudes don't matter as much, and we're not talking about ability. Yeah, some people can have. We're talking about what the statistics say.
Yeah, just statistically, it's just more of a risk. Them. It's just more of a risk.
And statistically, after 30, the chances of a woman actually having one decline with each year.
Well, like I said, that's probably because if you had wanted one,
you would have had it already.
You would have had it already.
Right. Now,
like once you get to 30, it's like, nah, fuck it.
My friend Steve's my age, and in the past, 4 or 5 years, he's had like 3.
Yeah. But
he's with a much younger wife who wanted a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
So every year he gives her another one.
Man, it sounds like a lot of work.
And I'm thinking to myself, and me and Steve grew up together, and I'm like thinking, yeah, Steve, you're having fun and shit. You're having fun being a dad this late in life. By the time those kids are teenagers, you're going to be dead. You're not going to be able to really help them. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to say that. And I'm like, well, you kind of almost send them out and just say, hey, fly, be free, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, you kind of want to be there to help them when they're fucking older. You know what I mean? But so I'm not interested anymore. I'm too old. I don't care. If I had one just pop out of nowhere, then I would care it because I'd have to. You know what I mean? But
because we have discussed, it's like as prolific as you were.
Yeah.
It's not without the, it's completely within the realms of possibility that you have a kid out there somewhere that you don't know about.
Statistically, I would probably have one.
You probably do.
But it wouldn't be in the United States. It'd be Brazil or Korea.
Yeah. And, it's possible that they could find you one day. Yeah. That's not probable, but it's completely possible. We've talked about that possibility.
Some of those girls wouldn't even know who my name was.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, if that happened, but they'd be grown.
They'd be grown by now.
It's that they wouldn't be a baby.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of, I don't know. It's just.
I was pushing triple digits in my fucking early 20s.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, you got around. So, because I used to tease him about it. I'm like, I'm sure you have a kid out there somewhere. Yeah. At least one.
Grampus was there. We went to high school together. He's in the fucking comment sections. But nothing happened there. It's just that, growing up partially in Brazil.
Shit happens,
And then going to Korea after that. Fucking, as cute as I was back then, I actually used to be a cute dude at one time. Fucking, I could knock him down.
You're still a cute dude.
I'm not a cute dude. I'm fucking ugly as shit. Fucking back in those days, I was a cute dude. I could knock him down all day long. They just kept coming at me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I was always the foreign guy.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot too. I was never really in my own element. I was either in South America or
and
Asia.
You were careful, but shit happens. Like I said, we were careful.
I wasn't always careful.
Yeah, and like I said, shit happens.
Shit would happen sometimes.
Shit happens.
And there was a lot of
birth control is not 100% effective too. I will say that also.
There was one-time engagements that I never saw the girl again.
Right.
That kind of stuff.
Dave says I'm gonna have Susan tattoo your name on my ass.
You gonna whose? My name or your name?
I don't know.
You gonna put Tom on there or
are you gonna
or Jen?
His name or my name?
Yeah. Put Tom, Susan, tattoo Tom on
in a heart.
Yeah, a heart. Big old cock coming out of the bottom, fucking hanging.
Okay, that would be funny.
It'd be fucking hilarious.
Don't give Dave that suggestion because he will probably do it.
No.
I know Dave. He would probably do that shit.
Be hilarious, though.
He would probably do that shit.
So you guys going to the club tomorrow?
We know Dave in real life.
If you guys are coming to the club tomorrow, that's going to be cool because fucking Toby's birthday tomorrow. And I was thinking...
Everybody's coming for Toby's birthday. Just like everybody came for Sharice's birthday.
Yeah, I put my old...
Should we take him some cupcakes?
Huh?
Should we take him some cupcakes?
I guess so.
Bake him some cookies or something?
I put my old goth clothes on. yesterday. Fucking, they looked good.
Well, we thought they wouldn't fit anymore.
Yeah, but they did. I thought they wouldn't fit in the fucking shoulders, but they
still did, though.
Actually,
I think they look even better.
My waist has gone down, so.
Yeah.
And, bigger the chest, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll wear that tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm just going to go as a fucking leather daddy.
In honor of Toby.
In honor of Toby. Yeah. I need a fucking bullwhip. Hang that shit from my fucking belt. And I got my fucking policeman's hat. Leather policeman hat. Imagine that.
You could do the whole
Show
thing.
the fucking leather policeman's hat. I'm gonna put a fucking label.
I think everybody's probably gonna bring cake tomorrow.
Cake, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should, but like I said. Ken Orlock said, when I was in my 30s, I always said I'm too old to have kids, and people would say, no, you ain't. So I said, okay, then I'm too young to have kids. Yeah, I kind of decided when I was a teenager, like I said, I grew up around a lot of kids. My mom loves kids.
Yeah. She
had 4, including me. She ran a daycare. She can't get enough of them. So I was around that a lot, and I was just like, yeah, man, I don't really, I don't really like this.
Ken Orlock says Tommy made butter chicken last night.
Oh yeah.
The other night, definitely a new favorite in our house. Thank you very much. That he must have got that from my cookbook.
Yeah.
From our cookbook.
I mean, there's a million recipes for butter chicken, but yeah, like Tom makes some kick-ass butter chicken.
Yeah.
Every Indian thing that you make is fucking delicious.
Yeah. They're all based on Gordon Ramsay recipes anyway, and other stuff that I picked up from other Indian cooks. Listen to what they were doing. I love butter chicken though. I must admit though, I have a thing for Shan butter chicken mix, which is actually not even Indian. It's
really good.
It's Pakistani. But I like
That's
that
kind of
mix.
the best one though.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
If you're gonna use a spice mix that comes in a box,
Shan butter chicken.
We like the Shan one.
Yeah.
Well, it's hot, but it's not too hot.
Yeah.
You know.
Continental's okay, but I like Shan.
Yeah, there's a lot of different brands of them, and they all are. They taste different, but similar.
Yeah, there's no consistency. Butter chicken is not a traditional dish. People think, oh, this is some
It came from a restaurant.
Yeah, they think, oh, this is some ancient shit from thousands of years ago up in India. No, it isn't. It's from the fucking 1970s. Or
a lot of recipes are like that, honestly.
It's from the Taj, which is the fucking Indian hotel.
Gordon Ramsay did a whole show about it.
Indian hotel with a really good fucking kitchen, and they had butter chicken there, and it's proprietary. The true recipe has not been released.
They won't tell anybody.
Yeah, it's a type of curry. Yeah, basically, but you can closely approximate it. Gordon Ramsay thinks he knows what it is.
He was trying to figure it out just from like tasting it. Which I would respect his ability to do that because he's good at doing that. But, Lori says, Jenny, you would be a great mom. I probably would. But we were talking about this the other day. I would never have another moment's peace or another whole night's sleep again. Yeah. I worry enough about our cats. If we had human children...
She raised all her brothers and sisters already, though. She's done with that.
Yeah, and like I said, my parents ran a daycare, too. But like I said, I have 3 younger siblings. If you don't know, I have 2 younger brothers and a younger sister. All of whom are awesome people, by the way. We're all very similar, even though we're very different in age. But, I don't know. It's just kind of like... That was a good experience, but I don't want to be responsible for a whole ass other human being.
Big Little says you need to adopt Susan. You'd be
a good mom.
Susan's a little old. She's a little old to be a child. She's past that. Susan's got to be in her 30s by now, huh?
I don't know how old Susan is, actually.
Yeah, she's got to be in her 30s by now. When I first saw her, she was a kid.
But... I don't know. I'm just, like I said, having cats is enough stress. I don't need a whole ass human fucking children that I'm responsible for putting out into the world.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to be responsible for that. What if they turn out to be a serial killer or something? That everybody's going to blame me. Everyone's gonna blame me, however they turn out.
Big Little, ask Susan if she wants to come give tattoos over here. No, I'm serious.
Zach says, whatever happened to that sex doll you guys got?
Oh, that's just put up.
She's in the closet.
She's in the closet, yeah. We never did make any videos with it.
No.
Yeah.
We still get her out every now and then.
Yeah.
We got her out the other day.
Actually. Yeah, Jen loves to see that shit. Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's kind of like, it's not, what do they call that fetish? Cut queen?
Yeah, cut queen, yeah.
It's like that, but without, it's not an actual person. But you can imagine that it's an actual person. Like without having to actually go through the trauma of it being an actual person. Yeah. So it's just kind of like, so I kind of like it in that regard.
Yeah.
We still have many videos with it though.
No.
We said we spent so much money on it, and it was like.
Yeah, if you guys don't know the background, Jen lost.
Oh, Dave said she's going to be 41 this week.
You're 40 fucking one.
Wait, Susan is 41.
Susan's 41.
Holy shit!
I still see Susan.
You look great, baby, for 41.
Yeah, you're fucking gorgeous for 41. I still see you as a little kid.
Holy shit! I thought she was young enough to be my kid. That's not quite. That's not quite young enough to be my kid. I'm 53.
If you don't know the background story,
I'd have to had her when I was 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she's a grown woman. She's just little. There was a time. I guess it's about a year ago now. Jen got laid off her job for a while. Maybe about 18 months ago, wasn't it?
It was a while back.
About 18 months ago. So me and Jen hit the fucking video circuit. We were doing
the live stream porn circuit.
Yeah, we were doing fucking live streaming porn.
We were thinking about doing that anyway, but I was like, well, I don't have a job now, so might as well.
So me and Jen were making porn. And I think a lot of people at the club probably know anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't really care, people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's not like it's embarrassing.
So we were buying all kinds of props and shit. One of the things that we fucking bought was
it's like a $1,300
fucking
realistic
pretty ass fucking little sex doll, and it was recommended to me by a dude who makes them.
Yeah.
And so I made this friend. He's in France, and he's actually making all the concepts for the sex bots that are coming. You guys think it's a joke? No.
I wouldn't mind having one.
In the next 5 years, they're going to be walking around talking, and they're going to be fucking AI, and it's and his philosophy was to not make them look like human beings.
Yeah, because that would be a little weird.
But to make them look better than a human being, which would be kind of like a cartoon. So the one that he recommended was his favorite. It was an Ariel doll that he had designed.
Yeah. From
a company that he worked for, and it looks like a Disney creature.
Well, he says if you're going to do videos with these, he's like, I recommend this one because it's smaller. Like, it's like a small girl.
Yeah, she's
like not she looks like an adult, but she's like a little adult.
She's
like
the size
4'11".
of Kristen Cavanaugh.
But it's like, because you have to like lug her around. So you don't want one that's like
she still weighs
5'10" because she's going to be like really heavy and really unwieldy to like carry around.
Yeah. The one that we have
dead weight, you know.
The one that we have weighs 100 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, so it weighs what a person would weigh. And he was just talking about, because I was talking about what about life size, this and that, and the big one. He was saying, no, the weight isn't there. He said, you don't understand. And then he makes videos. He's a porn star, too. He does videos of him with these dolls and women. And a mixture of them all. He's quite an entertainer. He's a little French dude doing this shit. And he's like, the bigger they are, the fucking harder they are to fucking manipulate on camera.
Yeah,
because there's a bunch of puppeteering and shit you have to do.
Yeah, because they're big and they're heavy.
Yeah. And
so you have to like maneuver
and stuff.
them around. So it's easier to kind of deal with a smaller one.
Yeah.
Like that's still human size, but like a little bit smaller.
Right. And you change the hair and the clothes out on them, put makeup on them and stuff.
Yeah, they don't have any hair. They're bald, so you can like put wigs on them, and it's like you can put makeup on it, but you can't put any makeup on it because the stuff that they're made of like will stain. So you have to like be careful what you put on there.
And the reason is that it would save money, because to work with other performers you have to hire them.
Yeah, because we thought about doing that, but it's just kind of like we knew people that wanted to do it, but I was like, yeah, we got to pay them, and they got to come over here. We live in the middle of nowhere,
and then
it's like a big
lot of the ones that were more eager to work with us also had to have a bunch of STD testings involved to do it. So every scene that you fucking cut with them costs hundreds of dollars to do all
and
the
plus
testing.
when you stream, they also have to have an account, or they have to be identified with their ID, and it's a huge pain.
Right, a huge pain in the ass.
They're very, like, all the legitimate, like, porn sites where people like stream and stuff like that are really, really stringent.
Yeah, so there's all these licensing problems.
Make sure everybody's who they say they are, and they're of age and everything.
So on the channel you're on, you can't have anybody guesting on it just like out of the blue. You have to have them approved. They have to know. So
if they're already on the platform,
then it's easier.
Then it's easier because then you can just link to them. Right. But it's like if they're not, you have to go through. They have to fill out all this paperwork, and it's like a whole rigmarole.
And the platforms are watching you through a bunch of fucking AI facial recognition. So it's a pain in the ass. So what some people were doing, they were just going straight to doll fetish.
Much easier.
And it was because a lot of girls, you don't understand how many girls have made a shit ton of money just blowing rubber dicks.
Yeah, I mean,
they got fucking dildos out there that on camera look real. Yeah. Now you know it's not in the video. You know that it's not real, but it's real enough for some dude to beat down to this fucking thing. And they didn't.
That's all you need.
And they didn't have to pay
another whole other
actor and to get him approved and shit.
And to split the.
And then had to split the earnings and so.
Yeah.
So we were working on. We have some friends, like some of my exes, wanted to work with us. But then all the licensing and the payment and shit.
Yeah, we were not averse, but we were like, man, there's gonna be so much.
Yeah, you guys know who it is. You fucking Susan knows who it is.
So much issue.
Yeah, but they probably. Aleta and Tony wanted to work with us.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, man, I didn't really want to work with Tony, and Jen didn't really want to work with Tony either. That dude's a little bit creepy sometimes.
I like Tony.
I like him, but he's.
I love Aleta.
Yeah,
that's Tom's ex-girlfriend, but I love her.
Yeah, she wanted to come work with us, and
I like Tony.
They're always at that fucking swingers club.
They're the ones that are always invited.
Yeah, they keep inviting us to that.
I don't know. We might go one of these days, but like I said, it's kind of expensive.
We'll take Big, Little, and Susan with us.
Who knows what will happen? Yeah, so we're just saying...
Big, Little, you ever been to Secrets?
So we're just saying, like, we were kind of like, well, we're going to do some more videos with, like, something interesting, but we don't want to have to, like, necessarily pay somebody or go through all the rigmarole.
But the time that shit came in, she got a job.
Yeah.
So then we never got around to it. We stopped producing.
We never got around to it. Because the thing about it is that when you do... We were doing Streammate.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that you can make okay money on it, but it's a lot of just sitting around.
Yeah, waiting.
So, I mean, basically you have to sit there like it was a job, like for... 6, 7, 8 hours at a time.
You're like hookers standing on the side of the street.
Yeah, you're just kind of standing. Yeah, so it's like that. And then, like, you get, like, pulled in and you do a show for, like, 15 minutes or something like that and make a bunch of money. But it's just kind of like most of the time you're just kind of sitting around and, like, waiting.
And people are looking at you. You're, like, fucking
like waiting for them to pick you.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing. But fucking, it was cool, for the time. Just that.
Yeah, it was fun.
We got so bored with it.
But yeah, after a while, I was just kind of like, Jesus, you're just like looking at your phone. Man. You can see why like some like people in other countries are just like sitting there naked on their phones.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I get it now. I get it.
Yeah, it just gets boring.
Because you're just like sitting around for hours, like on your phone, like waiting for somebody to pick you up. And like I said, it's it's usually worth it because all you need is like 1 or 2 people to like pick you up. But the thing about it is that, like I said, you never know what they're going to ask you to do. Yeah. So it was
weird.
I thought most of the time it was fine. Like I never really was like super uncomfortable with anything they asked us to do. But like
they were cool clients.
Yeah, like every now and then they'd ask me to do something like kind of weird, but nothing too fucked up. It wasn't too bad.
And
I gotta pee.
They mostly turned their cameras on.
Yeah,
and fucking
that's kind of better. You can
because as soon as you see them, as soon as you see them, it's a lot easier. It was funny because when we first started, I was expecting like some real scuzzy motherfuckers. No, not at all. Not at all. They were dudes that had money. And they tended to be young. They were younger than me, and they tended to be British. We picked up a lot of English guys. They tend to be English bisexual guys. And, man, it was a weird situation. Some of them would be working at their office. They'd have the fucking door shut. You're talking to them. And fucking, you talk to them before the fucking session starts, and they're like, yeah, man, fucking it's a hard day at work. You know, this and that. Fucking, you find out the dude's married. And fucking the wife doesn't know that he's bi, type of deal. And you know they were cool dudes. They just they tend to, that particular one. I think he got us about 2 or 3 times. He was just like, he never had any requests. He's just like, just show me a good time, and we would just fucking. We had the fucking camera set up. We had a different fucking stage where we just going crazy here. He fucking. We were talking about. Remember the British guy in the fucking working, doing the shit from his office. He had the door shut. And it.
That dude was adorable.
Yeah, this British guy. I was like, so your wife doesn't know? And he's
I'm like, you're at work right now.
I could never tell her. She would never understand. I was like, okay, all right.
I'm in my office. No one's gonna get me. Yeah, no, like, are you gonna get caught?
Yeah, he was.
Are you gonna get fired?
He was the boss.
Yeah,
he was was.
So he could just like jerk it in his office.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And we had some other dude. He was fucking like this jacked fitness dude who would he'd fucking turn his camera on and it was all interactive threesome and shit. Through
he was
video.
Our best client actually. Yeah, he would spend a lot of money.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. He was probably about not even 30. I was fucking weird when I was first getting into this. I'm like, man, I can tell you, man, these motherfuckers are gonna boo me off a stage. No. Matter of fact, fucking, I was one of the main attractions. Fucking, I was getting muscle dudes.
Well, like I said,
muscle and fitness dudes, young guys.
We were in the search for like couples, so it was like people that were looking for that.
Yeah.
This guy in particular, who was like I don't remember what his name was, but he was like our best client.
If we got back into it, he'd be hitting us immediately.
Probably
because he hadn't seen us in a while.
And I still get emails from another guy. Yeah. That used to watch us.
That wants to go back on.
And he's like, when are you guys going
back on? When you guys come back on?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they liked having, like, virtual threesomes. Like, he liked pretending...
that he was there.
That he was there.
I had a camera in my hand sometimes. I had this camera on a fucking line with a fucking head. They were giving them good camera shots and shit, you know? And so they were all into that shit. It was fun.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. We had a good time doing that.
Yeah.
But like I said, a lot of it is just kind of sitting around.
Yeah, a lot of it's just waiting.
And
you're like, fuck, man.
Like, people come in for a second, then they leave, or they come in and be like, do you guys want to do this? And it was like some weird ass, like, no, we don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But it wasn't, we didn't get anything too weird.
Yeah. And almost everybody turned their camera on and they were like decent dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like, you know.
It's the weirdest thing, man.
Wasn't anybody creepy or anything.
I was during this time I was, you know, getting into the sex industry and fucking listening to what other people had to say to it about it. There's a Australian porn star named Angela White, full-figured chick, cool, voluptuous, lonely as shit. She said she couldn't use any dating apps because they would kick her off. Yeah. People would flag her, saying that she was fake.
She was a porn star.
That she was a fake.
Yeah.
No, that there were fake photos. Right, and then she'd go, no. And she would talk to the people. She goes, no, I'm not fake. It's me. That
I can see why they would think that.
And they was like, no, you can't be on the platform because you're hooking. And she's like, no, I'm not hooking. I'm looking for a boyfriend.
I'm looking for an actual boyfriend.
So that's something a lot of people don't know is that porn stars cannot use dating apps.
Because sadly, once you're in that industry, it's kind of like
you're through. You're through because they think any app you get on, they think you're hooking. So what she would do to date, because she couldn't date in the normal world, she would do StreamMate, and she was meeting guys cam to cam on StreamMate, and that was how she would meet her boyfriends.
Well, at least they know what they were getting into,
because she couldn't date.
Right.
And she would just pick the hottest guy that would go cam to cam with her on StreamMate, and then she'd fucking pay for him and fly him out to wherever she was at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because she would be on tour doing
Yeah.
dance stuff and shootings and shit like that, you know. And a lot of those top name porn stars, those girls are desperate.
Well,
because they can't have a relationship.
Like I said, if you're in that industry, there's really not a lot of dudes that are going to be like understanding about that.
And a lot of the dudes that are in that industry are also male prostitutes. So not all of them, but they're either hooked up or they're basically, you know, what you would call a fucking mope.
Well,
And a mope will do anything. And the female performer's not interested in those guys because they're sucking dick and getting cars from old men and shit like that. So they don't want that.
Hey, everybody gotta make money somehow.
Yeah, but he's a mope, you know, and they usually have like a drug problem and shit. He's passing the fucking STD tests, but he doesn't pass any of the other tests that a woman would be interested in.
Right. Yeah,
and
I get it.
So a lot of them are dating off of a lot of the porn stars are dating off a StreamMate.
I can see how that
Which
would happen.
that's a fucking something that some of you motherfuckers wouldn't think about. You would think, oh, I ain't have those girls using me up for fucking $4.99 a minute. If you're hot and you go on there and go can with those porn stars, you'll probably date her.
Well, don't encourage them.
You probably could. Well, no, you have to be hot. The dudes that they're getting are hot.
Because every mediocre dude out there looks like a stripper. Oh, she digs me.
No.
She digs me.
No, you can't be mediocre. You gotta be pretty hot.
Yeah, it's like they have standards also.
They got standards,
They're also people. Like I said, they're just doing shit to make money. It's just not really...
Yeah. But Angela White was looking for boyfriends on there, and that meant that the other ones were too, because they run in packs. They talk to each other. So they'll go on to StreamMate and try to go cam to cam and see who's out there, and
kind of establish a rapport.
You start wrapping a rapport, and then they go,
stuff.
"Hey, look, contact me."
Which, like I said, it's just like anything else. It's like a scene.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like you see the same people turning up. It's just you know.
And she's got a fucking. He's logged in. He already knows what she looks like. She's fucking seen her videos before.
Yeah,
she sees him and she's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's pretty good. You know, I mean, he looks pretty good. And she talks to him and fucking she likes him. She's like, look, yeah, they're not supposed to give out other ways to contact him, but they're able to do it. They probably can write it down and throw it. Well, yeah,
I mean, you can. There's
ways to get around
shit. To get around it. Like they have rules about it, but there's ways to get around it. And honestly, if you wanted to meet that person in real life and you wanted to give them your socials or something like that, there was like ways to work around it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like every now and then I kind of think about that. It's like, man, we had a good time doing that, even though, like I said, a lot of it was boring.
Yeah.
Because mostly it's just like waiting around, and I didn't really like. What I didn't like was you'd wait around and wait around and wait around, and then like somebody would show up and you'd be like, woohoo, maybe I'll make some money, but it's like you never knew what that person was going to ask you to do.
Yeah.
Which I was never really... Like I said, 99% of the time, I don't think we got asked to do anything that we were like, yeah, we're not going to do that.
No, we did everything they asked.
We did pretty much. Nobody asked us to do anything like...
Nothing gross.
Like gross or weird or anything.
The only thing that I remember that they asked us to do was like silly shit. Like they wanted us to go through like a fucking something out of King Kong.
Yeah, it was like a whole like they had a whole like
a whole scenario
like,
of a fucking witch doctor
laid out like a whole story.
It was just so weird.
And we had to like act it out.
Act it all out.
And I was just
a witch doctor fucking was sacrificing.
That was like harder than doing the other shit.
Well, not for me. I have a background in
so I'm like, wait, I have to like pretend I'm like okay.
Yeah, and it was some ridiculous. But he paid.
What, wasn't I a queen that had gotten kidnapped?
Queen had been got
from another. It was like a Conan kind of situation.
He explained what the whole fantasy was.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And we had to kind of act it all out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Big Little says she loved
specific, but okay.
Big Little says she loved to do tattoo stuff. She's mobile, but it's my turn to get tatted. We're watching you guys on our big ass TV.
Okay.
In the living room.
That's really funny.
Living in the future, so rad. Yeah. And we're gonna see you guys at the club tomorrow.
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Everybody should come. Like
it's gonna be a good night, man. I love '80s night.
Birthday.
I actually like the music better on the '80s night than fucking our goth night. I think it's just more danceable. The kids like the newer goth stuff, and But man, to me, it's just man.
Well, the '80s now, you never really know what they're gonna play. It's kind of like.
Well, I request cool shit. You know?
Well, yeah, you do, but could be anything.
We'll see. We'll see.
Counterlock says, Tom, do you remember WAAF in Boston? They're a Christian music channel now.
No, I didn't ever listen to the radio in Boston.
Yeah.
I was listening to tapes, actually, at that time.
They had a game, and if or when you lost, they slapped dudes across their back with purple anaconda dildo named Tommy Lee.
Wait a minute, what? An purple anaconda dildo named Tommy Lee?
Wait, do anacondas have dicks?
No.
No.
No. No, I don't think
Not
snakes have dicks in the way that you know them.
Not of any substantial size. Not like a horse dick.
No, I think they just kind of connect each other. What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
No, they just have some shit that comes out and they
Isn't
connect.
it just like a little needly kind of thing?
I don't know. I think it looks like snails. It just looks like a snail comes out.
What does a snake dick look like? Don't show me a picture.
It doesn't look like a dick.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like a big like horse dick or something.
No, no, a horse comes at you. You know that shit's a dick.
Oh, you know that's a dick, yeah.
You know that's a dick. They make whole dildos behind the horse dick theme. Yeah, it's a dick.
Not like I have one or anything.
No, not like you have one. we have so many fucking dildos. So it's not fucking funny.
We bought
for that shit that we were making
for the when we did we're doing straight. We bought so many dildos. You guys don't even know.
That shit.
We spent so much money on dildos.
It wasn't that much. Got that shit off of Temu.
Well, we got we wanted to get a variety, like shit that would look good on camera. So we got like a fucking weird alien looking, like Lovecraftian
shit that
ones.
Looked like spikes and stuff.
We got horse ones. We got dog ones. We got all kinds of stuff. We got all kind of crazy shit. I got a whole,
anything for any
I got
kind
2
of
drawers full of dildos.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Any kind of kink. Everything was fetish oriented.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to anticipate.
Just in case.
Just in case. You never know.
Like, never know what they were going to ask for.
What they were going to ask for. So we had to sit with all the stuff in here.
Yeah. Well, that's still popular to this day, though. The girls are making all kinds of videos with that.
It is. I'm still laughing about, I think somebody mentioned this on a show the last week maybe, about the disinterested hand job.
Disinterested hand job, yeah. That's a whole fetish.
It's a whole, like, little subgenre.
Yeah, guys getting off on the fact that some chick is giving them a hand job and that she doesn't care. She's doing something else. Yeah. Or she's just totally indifferent.
That's so funny to me.
She's watching TV or she's on the phone talking to somebody else.
Talking to some other dude.
Talking to somebody else
with bigger dick than
talking to some other dude, yeah.
Hey, yeah,
and
I'm
you're there.
This dude off right now, but like,
and the
afterwards.
And the fantasy is that the dude is helpless. He's being sucked into this in some way, and it's irrelevant to the woman. The woman is just like irrelevant to the Oh yeah, no, I'll be there tomorrow. What? Yeah. Okay, just make sure you pick me up a couple Big Macs. You know, just anything has nothing to do with that shit. She's like this, and dude's losing it.
That's so funny to me.
Yeah, there were girls making videos with it like that. Yeah,
I could do that.
Yeah,
I think I'd have more fun doing the dick and ball torture videos.
No, fuck that.
I think that'd be a lot more fun for me.
No, we were watching that video one time. The chick was fucking stepping on dude's balls. Guy was sitting there with his fucking dick and his balls through a hole in a fucking
like
board.
A plank.
In a
like
plank, and and his fucking shit was just.
He just stuck it all up.
And she had those fucking high heels, and she's stepping on his fucking nuts. And she would put the fucking sharp fucking stiletto heel on a guy's
and just
nut. And fucking start grinding it. He's fucking screaming.
Oh, I was laughing.
And Jen was loving this shit, and I was going like, no.
And then the more you got upset, the more I laughed.
And she's fucking got the toe of that fucking shoe, fucking grinding it on, dude. Fucking, I was like,
I could do that for money.
Yeah, not to me.
No, I'm not gonna do it to you.
No.
But it's like if I was gonna be paid a lot of money to do like fetish shit, it's like, can I just like kick you in the nuts or like step on your dick? Yeah, I'll do that all day long.
Yeah, I'll videotape that
and talk about how much you suck.
Yeah,
I think I'd be really good.
I'll put a phone out. We'll fucking record that.
I think I'd be really good.
That should be hilarious, but not on me. No.
Make you eat out of a dog bowl. Make you lick the toilet.
Yeah, pee in the dog bowl, make him fucking eat it.
Oh,
make
yeah.
Make it eat, yeah, just anything.
I'd be really good at that, I think.
Yeah, Jen's cruel. Yeah, she make a really good dominatrix. She's just mean.
I'm not mean to you.
No, not to me, but fucking she'll fucking get mean. She
But if given the opportunity, and like if dudes were into it and they were paying me, I'm like, oh.
She'd be more into it, yeah.
Oh, I'll be as mean as you want me to be. You don't even want to know how mean I get. American Military says, will you guys ever attend a horror or true crime convention as panelists?
We already did.
We've done horror conventions a couple years. We were panelists. I don't remember all the panels we did. I know I did a David Lynch one.
Yeah.
I did a women in horror one.
Yeah.
We did a couple of ones that were just kind of like this show.
Yeah. We did HorrorCon here in Orlando.
We did a couple of horror. Yeah, we did a couple of those.
Yeah.
I haven't done any true crime ones. I did think about going to because a couple of years back they had, I think it's just called CrimeCon, or something like that, and it's like a true crime convention, obviously. And I looked into going to that, but it was like I didn't think we could make enough money back to make it worth it. Because going to the horror cons, we got
invited.
They paid for us to go.
The first two, they invited us.
So it wasn't that expensive for us. All we had to pay for was like gas and food.
Yeah.
They paid our way to get in, and
we also
like
bought a lot of Jen's books and fucking up front. So I had a big stock. I sold every one. I sold every one of them motherfuckers.
I get them cheap though.
Yeah, we get them cheaper. It was a good opportunity to sell books, but we won't go unless they invite us.
Yeah, because like I said, we went there because they paid like pretty much all our expenses.
And the management changed out, and we stopped getting invited because new people took over.
They don't do. I don't even think they do like a book.
They don't do books.
Track. They used to call it a track. Like an author track anymore.
We got invited because we were associated with a dude who fucking got us into fucking podcasting first.
Armand Rosamilli.
Yeah. And
he's a horror writer.
We were getting like fucking 50,000 downloads a fucking week doing that. Although that's all gone now. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
The scene has changed. Everything's gone to YouTube. So when Armand kind of disappeared from the scene and the shit changed.
He's still around. He's still on my Facebook. He's still publishing.
Is he? We need to contact that dude. See if we can do something with him.
Yeah.
See if
he's still around. But yeah, we met him at like a thing at like a comic book store. He was the one that actually suggested that we should start a podcast.
Yeah, it was his idea.
He's like, man, you guys are funny. Like, you guys should do, like, just from... Yeah. He only met us that day, but I guess he thought there was some, like, our interaction was funny.
Yeah, we were joking around and fucking talking, and we were just having a good time talking with him. And we were talking to other people. And he goes, you should do a podcast.
He's like, yeah, you guys are funny.
And I was like, exactly, what is that? He goes, no, you guys just talk about stuff. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. We can do that. And then we started
eventually, like, we started doing it.
Yeah, started doing it. And he had us on his network for a while.
Yeah.
But then we just became a YouTube show. And he lost everybody else to YouTube.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know if that's around anymore.
That's not around anymore.
I don't know. I haven't kept
everybody
track of it.
Because YouTube took over.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's kind of a better... I still do upload just the audio-only version of this to, like, various podcasts. So you can download from Apple Podcasts and stuff.
I wonder if they're downloading still. Have you looked lately?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's just like a format we don't even really think about much anymore.
I don't even think about it. It just automatically goes.
Yeah. It happens automatically.
When I uploaded it, and it just kind of goes to...
it automatically goes to...
It goes to Apple. It goes
BitChute.
to... I think Podbean.
Yeah, BitChute.
Like, whatever. Yeah, I think it goes to there, but I literally never get anything from that.
I've actually seen us on BitChute, and we would get a few dozen views. No comments.
I never get any comments or nothing. Because, like I said, if I did, I would have got notified in my email, and nobody ever comments on anything. So it's like, I completely forgot about it. You know what I mean?
Kind of like, there's a lot of conventions here in New England, have a lot of authors selling books. Yeah. That's what we did.
That's what we did. I took a bunch of my horror fiction and a bunch of my true crime books.
Yeah.
And I did buy a bunch of them, like, beforehand, because I told Tom, I was like, you better be able to sell all these because I just spent a lot of money on
every
this
one
shit.
of them bitches. I sell them.
I get them cheap, but not that cheap. You know what I mean?
I sold every one of them.
And yeah, we sold all of them by the second day. Like, cause we were there for 3 days. We didn't stay there because we live close. But we went Friday, Saturday, and I think we went Sunday too.
I could sell anything.
Yeah, we sold everything. As that's good. We sold everything by midday Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of walked around, and we were on a bunch of panels. Too.
We had fun on the panels.
We did.
They brought booze too. We having booze out.
Yeah, they had it. They used to have. I think it was
samples.
On the Friday nights or the Saturday nights. I don't remember, but they used to have like kind of like this show, where everybody would drink, like the people on the panel and the people in the audience.
Yeah.
And traditionally, I don't think they do this anymore, but the people on the panel would bring booze for the people in the audience.
Yeah.
That was kind of like what you did, and then people would just ask you random ass questions.
Yeah.
And so we were tasked with hosting that one year. So we brought bags and bags of like those little airport...
The airport booze.
The little airport booze that you buy like, it's like 99 cents each or whatever. We brought like bags and bags of those and threw them out to everybody in the audience.
It's so funny.
Man, everybody was fucking hammered.
And when
everybody was hammered.
This older celebrity chick came in. I forgot her name. One with the blue eyes. Fucking...
Oh, the one that was in...
Yeah, she's in so much shit. Fucking bunch of... She was in
fucking... Wait, it's right there. It's right there. Yeah. It's right there. It's right there.
She was in fucking He-Man, Masters of the Universe. She was in fucking...
Starts with an M.
Yeah. She was in...
Shit. I'll think of it in like 5 minutes.
She was in the one with the fucking glasses. Shit. They Live.
They Live, yeah.
She's got the fucking bright blue eyes.
Everybody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Starts with an M.
Yeah, she was coming in into the wing where we were up there, and fucking, I saw her and I said, "Oh, I recognize you. I remember you from those movies. I recognize those eyes anywhere." And she's got to be close. She was in her fucking late 60s probably.
Meg Foster.
Meg Foster.
I knew it started with an M.
Yeah, Meg Foster. Meg Foster probably like 60 something.
I have a picture of Tom and Meg Foster.
Yeah, somewhere.
It's on Facebook.
I said, "You look gorgeous, babe." Fucking,
she looked like almost exactly the same.
Yeah. So fucking hugging, and I said, "Why don't you come have a drink with us?" And she's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah."
She was gonna.
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, I'm down."
Okay.
So and went to go, and she goes, "No.
I better not. I got shit to do.
I got shit to do."
God damn it.
And I says, "Wait, is it gonna sidetrack you?" And she's like, "Yeah." Once I start drinking.
She was like, "Okay."
She's like, "Once I start drinking, I won't be able to work." And I was like, "Okay, all right."
I know that feeling.
Fucking Meg Foster, yeah. That was fucking.
Yeah, I have a picture of him and Meg Foster.
Yeah.
Like standing in the hall, like where they kind of relegated us to. It was in whatever that hotel was, that big hotel near downtown Orlando, and they put all the authors like on it's like a mezzanine kind of. It's like this big hallway like up on the second floor. Like all the main shit was down. You could see it from like over the thing, but it was just kind of like all the main shit, like all the vendors and stuff were down on the first floor, but we were kind of up on this little balcony shit.
Meg Foster and Fairuza Balk, remember her?
Yeah, she was there too.
Yeah, Fairuza Balk.
Also immediately recognizable.
Yeah.
I recognize her.
You know who Fairuza Balk was? She was the crazy witch from The Craft.
Yeah.
She was there hanging out.
She was in Masters of Horror also. Yeah. In the one with the two serial
I was all dressed up in fucking goth gear and shit. Fucking me and Jen were getting some fucking coffee and snacks at the fucking snack thing. And Fairuza was standing behind me. And fucking, I didn't even recognize her. I didn't know who she. I was just I was just.
See, I didn't even see her then. I saw her later, and I was like, "Hey, it's Fairuza Balk." Like,
she was right behind me. I said some shit to her, but then I just got my shit. Then later, somebody said that was Fairuza Balk.
Yeah.
And I said, "It was."
I saw her coming out.
Yeah,
of,
and then I saw her later
from the first floor, like the main room. And I saw her, and I was like, "Hey,"
because she was working with us that day, and so was so many fucking. What's his name? It's a fucking Sweetie. No, what's his name? Fucking. The dude that did all the fucking special effects for fucking.
Tom Savini.
Tom Savini.
He's at all those.
Tom Savini was there.
Trying to think who I was there.
Shit, fucking. Elvira.
Elvira was there.
She was there. It's weird to be working on these panels and they're all there with you, because I didn't feel like I was in the same standing, but
I never feel.
But we're all working together.
It's like imposter syndrome. Well, like I said, there's a whole scene.
It's a whole scene of the convention thing.
Like several conventions
of
a
the
year.
Convention thing. Yeah.
Like we were only doing this because it was.
Yeah.
We got they
got
paid
invited.
for us to go there.
We got invited and fucking
they
working
paid our way in.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to pay to go.
Yeah, it would cost hundreds, probably 500.
Yeah, it's
more 1,000. It probably costs us 1,000.
Well,
to
if you pay a ticket for all, I don't know how much it is now, but this is like a few years back. If you paid for a ticket for all weekend, because it's 3 days, I think it was like $400 or something, like a person.
Yeah,
and that's not including food and parking and all the other kind of crap. But like I said, they paid for all of that. We did have to pay to park, which was $10 or something, and then we just had to pay for snacks, and we brought our own snacks largely.
I was lugging all those books up there.
And I brought my own books, obviously.
Yeah.
But we sold them all, so we ended up making
a couple hundred.
Yeah, we ended up making a couple hundred.
Yeah, we paid our way, had a good time, and made a couple
But like I said,
bucks.
if nobody was paying my way to go,
it wouldn't be worth it. Sense. No.
Because to rent a table there by yourself,
like $1,000,
and have to buy all the merch and have to buy all the shit to go on your table and stuff like that.
We did the numbers like $1,000.
It's too much. You wouldn't be able to.
And you probably wouldn't make a return.
I don't think you would be able to make it.
No.
I mean, maybe some people would, but I don't think people are not familiar enough with my shit that would have been worth it. So that was kind of what happened when the crime convention was here, because I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I've written like some true crime books. We should look into this. And I looked into how much it would cost, and I kind of added it up. I'm like, man, like the cost even to rent a little table. Yeah. Between renting a little table, buying the merch, setting the table up, it's like we could have sold enough books to make it worth it, but it wouldn't. It'd been like a razor thin margin.
Big Little and Susan. We were fucking doing convention. We were hosting these different subjects and shit. We were on panels, and in the middle of the show, guess who showed up? Crystal, Visceral Crystal.
Yeah.
From Disney and Universal, big tall skinny black model. She showed up. Yeah, hey, how you doing, babe? Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, she was there also.
She was there. I think she was working there, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
everybody was there.
Yeah, everybody was there.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, but I like to go to them.
Michaels was there. Artist Cade Michaels.
Yeah, we talked to her for a little while.
Who's a friend of mine.
She had her own booth.
She had her own booth. Yeah.
A lot of tattoo artists were there.
Yeah.
Like I said, but I can understand if you don't go, because it's
Girls from the Castle.
It's a big buy-in.
Girls from the Castle.
Yeah, because there's a store in Tampa called Ravens and Rockers.
Yeah.
Which is one of the dancers at the castle and her mom.
Yeah. What was her name?
They run that place.
Yeah, I forgot.
Forever. I don't even remember how long they've had it. It's a cool ass store.
What's that girl from the castle that fucking was in Ravens and Rockers? She used to dance on the box all the time.
Yeah.
Good looking girl.
She was one of the go-go dancers.
Go-go dancer.
She's a nice chick. And every horror convention I've ever been to, Ravens and Rockers had a big booth.
Yeah.
Like with a bunch of clothes. And I actually bought clothes there from
goth and fetish clothing. Although I think Temu put them out of business. Fucking Temu now has all that shit. Yeah. Temu has a lot of really good shit
still there?
For the price you...
I think it is, but I don't know.
Yeah, they're coming out with a whole Viking line that looks cool as shit. They have these little fucking tight pants for women that fucking have like the fucking
like
Viking
and
fucking
Viking
trees,
on
the
it.
Viking trees.
Tom was showing to me last night.
I was like, man, Jen, you look good in it. Yeah.
They look like they'd be hot though.
Yeah, it looks hot.
Because they're kind of not hot like hot, but like
fur tops and low.
Like temperature hot.
Yeah.
Because they look like they're kind of 3D and they look like they're kind of fur. So I'm like, I don't know, in Florida, man.
Meg Foster Baird All in The Lords of Salem. I didn't realize that.
I still have not seen The Lords of Salem.
I've seen that, but I didn't realize Meg Foster was in that.
I'll get around to it one of these days. Counterlook says, Jenny, are you familiar with the author and podcaster Lena Nazarai of the Beautiful Dead podcast, mostly vampire content? I've heard of that, but I don't think I've ever listened to it. You know? But yeah, I actually do really like going to conventions. It's just that we don't usually go to them because, I don't know, I can't really afford it, you know? The few times we went, it was just because they paid for us to go. Like, they asked us to go. So we were like, oh, you're paying? Okay. That saves us several $100s. Thank you very much. And so we went, and we just agreed to be on a bunch of panels, you know? And we were just on, I don't even remember all the panels we were on. Like I said, I remember being on, specifically, I was on a Twin Peaks panel. I remember doing that. I remember doing a women in horror panel. And we did some other ones, but I don't remember what they were. Like, you have a schedule you have to do, like, you know, from... You go and you man your table with your books or whatever, and then you're like, okay, but from 1 to 1:30, you have to do this, whatever this panel is, you know? Like, to get them to pay your shit. So that's what we did. So we had like 2 or 3 panels a day. And like I said, luckily for us, we live close by, so we didn't have to we didn't have to stay in the hotel. We could just drive back and forth. Because we only live 45 minutes. Not even that far. 35 minutes from the place. But, you know, they're still doing it. It's just, we just haven't gone, unfortunately. I haven't had the money. But, you know, I would like to go back one of these days. But they're kind of expensive. Burley says, thanks for the stream, y'all. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's getting late, isn't it? Dang. Ken Orlick says, Dead of Winter convention in Worcester, Mass. is screening the horror short I'm in a Lilith movie next month. Yeah, it's like, there's so much cool shit. It's just, I wish I could afford to go to more of it, you know?
What's that?
I wish I could afford to go to most of this shit. I just can't afford it.
What shit?
All the conventions they have.
Oh, yeah.
Film festivals, conventions.
Nah, man, if we go to that shit, we'll spend so much fucking money because there's so much cool shit there. And
I know, it's just kind of like, it's kind of bums me out. That's the thing. There's so much
got so much other shit.
There's so much cool shit that I want to do, and I just can't afford to do it all. So, it's like, 11:30.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
So, do you want to wrap it up?
We shut it down. I got so much food downstairs, man. We'll get the chicken.
Yeah, you want to eat some chicken?
Yeah. I got a whole fucking chicken down there.
Oh, Dave says, well, I did it. I got your name on my ass. Okay, we're going to ask you to see that tomorrow.
You don't have my name on your ass.
Tomorrow, did you get in a heart with a sword through it?
It with a dick coming towards your booty hole?
Yeah, please tell me.
It's a dick. It's got to look like a rocket dick, like something out of Flash Gordon. Like it's flying to it.
Okay, that would be funny.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
I might even get that on my own.
Man, you guys, I would never allow you to fucking do anything like that.
I wouldn't do that.
No, for real, Susan, fucking, we need some tattoo work.
Yeah.
I'd do it, yeah. I want to get some shit fucking covered up and some bigger stuff. And my shit's too retro. I need to fucking update my stuff. Your stuff's fucking looking pretty good, you know what I mean?
That one, but I have a lot of other ideas of stuff that I want to do.
You don't have to do it one day at a time. You know what I mean? Fucking take care of it. We'll talk about it. If she's at the club, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's getting kind of late for us.
Yeah.
We're getting kind of hungry.
Yeah.
And kind of wasted.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I had a good time. I usually do on the Friday night shows. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us this Friday evening. Thank you very much for your super chats. You guys were very generous this evening, which is always appreciated. Have a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday doing a movie review. I have no idea what movie it's going to be. We'll figure something out. But hopefully you guys can join us for that. So have a good one, y'all. Good